Alrighty, we are live. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Doubles for Dummies, the show where I, helmsknight, teach you all you gotta know about doubles chess. Today we are here again with special guest, FIDE Master Daniel Yeager. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
And he is one of the top best doubles chess players in the world. He's going to be helping me out today with the topic of coordination and time. That's what we're going to be focusing on today, teaching you guys how to coordinate with your partner and use time to your benefit. It's very important. It is, if not the most important thing to kind of be aware of, is time. So, we'll start off, as always, just going over the rules for those of you who may be new to this variant. Doubles chess is also known as Bughouse. It is a chess variant played on two chessboards by 4 players in teams of 2. Normal chess rules apply, except that captured pieces on one board are passed to the teammate on the other board. As each captured piece is passed to your teammate, they have the option of using any available passed pieces on their board, and they will be shown on the side margin of the board, which you will see. So a few terms you may hear us using is one is sack sitting. Very common term, sacrificing material, then waiting for trades from your partner. Similar in chess, as you would make a sacrifice, give up material for your attack or position. And the only thing different is in doubles chess, you can actually just wait for pieces rather than continuing your attack with what you have on the board. So it happens a lot more often because of that. Sit means don't move, so it also, another term you may hear is stall, which is the term that is one of the buttons that you can communicate with when you partner up on chess.com. So sit or stall, sort of same thing, just means don't move. Initiative, having the possibility to attack first, taking into consideration all possible trades coming in. And yeah, that's basically all you gotta know for now. As if we use any terms that you don't recognize, feel free to let me know and I'll answer any questions in chat about that. But I think we'll just jump right into it. Are you ready to jump into the random pool, partner?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. So we're going to be focusing on time and coordination. So I'll try and talk about it while we're playing, but a lot of it I'll also be talking about afterwards or as it happens. So I'm going to try and bring it up as examples are made, which pretty much happen every single game. Like, coordination and time is sort of something that comes up all the time. Some games you don't maybe sack sit. Some games maybe you don't need to constantly be trying to get the initiative if for whatever reason your partner is doing whatever. But this is sort of a thing that no matter what game, like, time and coordination are very relevant in every single game of double chess that you play, I would say. So let's jump into it. Alrighty. So with time, I'm sure you can imagine just play fast is kind of like the key with that. You want to be up time because that helps you with coordination. I feel like they go very much hand in hand, which is kind of why I wanted to talk about both of them today. Because time is what allows you to coordinate better with your partner. Because if you have more time, then you can use that with your partner for advantages. Of course, coordination comes without just time being involved. You can coordinate even downtime. Like, you know, you should always, like, coordination is just honestly a part of communication, right? So telling your partner what's good, what's bad. But coordinating can also be about trade flow. So, you know, trying to trade pieces so your partner gets them on their move. Trading pieces when it's good for your partner versus when it's bad, just kind of by glancing at their board or if they tell you. All of that. Okay, whoa. Bishop to e5 is strong. All of those are sort of examples of coordinating. And I'll think of more as well. All right, pawn mates. So I'm communicating with my partner here, coordinating with my partner so that they can get me a diagonal piece, and then I'll have mate in 1 after the king steps to e8. And they resign. Strong. Alrighty, awesome. Okay.
Nice job, partner.
Fantastic. All right, just one moment. Yeah, I was just writing down what you said, Smash. You're right. I'm gonna get some partners as well that are new to doubles chess would be awesome as well. Is an idea, because I know we did a couple of episodes sort of like that earlier on. And we could probably get someone that has like really not played much at all, which would be kind of a cool like contrast to what you're used to. They fear. Right, here we go.
Might be lagging. Okay.
You're lagging?
What's going on? Oh, they're just aborting? I'll move.
Oh, they're aborting. They're aborting. It's not you. Hey, Manu.
I thought I was lagging. Okay.
No, you're good. You're good. So do you have any other sort of examples of coordination that you want to bring up, Chicken? That maybe you have in mind? Because I said, like, you coordinate with, you know, being uptime, so you can tell your partner to sit if you ever need. You coordinate by telling what pieces are good, what's bad, and coordinate by, you know, sort of controlling the trade flow and looking at your partner's board to kind of predict what they're going to play so you can kind of have an idea of what you should play. Is there anything that you think I'm missing that might be a major sort of point?
No, I think you did a good job explaining it.
Okay. I'm just wondering if there's like other examples of coordinating outside of those. I might think of more as this goes on. Knight's bad.
I thought I had a bishop. Right in. Okay.
Okay, no knight. Alright, knight's fine now. So another sort of important thing about coordination, I would say that there's a few things you should always tell your partner. You should tell them when something's bad, when something's good, if it's very relevant, or just in general, you can make little tweaks, especially if you're in like a voice call with them. You can be like, sit, go, sit, go, sit, go every like couple seconds. If it makes some sort of even small impact on the game that's in your favor, it's honestly worth it because it all sort of adds up to your advantage the more you coordinate. But sort of like the main, most important ones that I would say don't ever not do is you should tell your partner when a queen trade's happening. That's sort of like a one that goes without saying. If queens are coming, oh, he's got knight at b4. Okay, no queen. If queen is, if you're going to trade queens, usually you'll tell your partner that beforehand so they can kind of prepare for it because the queens make quite a big difference in sort of the play on your partner's board, you know, for their defense and also in case they want to start attacking.
Oh, a little bad. Okay, I sit.
Okay, yeah, sit. Yeah, knight was fine. It's just knight plus
we should start saying sit, go, sit, go, sit, go. You said that's a good advantage, right?
It's, yeah, like little small details like that, you know. For example, let's say my opponent's waiting to drop a pawn on h6 when I'm castled or something. Like I could just say sit, even though pawn at h6 isn't that bad, just for the sake of slightly improving my position, I could say sit. You know what I mean? Like you could, what I mean is you can say sit even for things that, you know, you don't have to be getting checkmated to say sit to your partner. You know what I mean? Like right now, pawn mates me, so I'm gonna say sit. But I think you can utilize it even for like lesser sort of occasions.
Yeah, so we can try to utilize it even more, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, we try to do that maybe.
Sure. All right. Just no bishop. Everything else is fine. Or maybe no rook too. But yeah, I would say the most important things for communication is telling when a queen's coming, telling if pieces are good or bad, when you should, and telling your partner when a piece is okay again. So if you say like no knight, you should probably tell them when knight's okay for them to give again, because for them to hold a knight is going to affect their board. They're going to have to adjust what they're playing and moves they maybe want to play they can't play if they're trying to hold a knight. So it's important that you let your partner know when it's okay. 2 pawns are good. Pawn is very good. I can actually just take c6 here as well. Threaten the rook. Alrighty. Oh, time. Oh, we're down on the clock. Okay, let's play fast. Partner?
I think I'm lagging.
Oh, you lagged out, yeah. Okay, hard. That's not your fault. Do you want to like reload it maybe? I don't think that with what Smash Time Fool says is he likes
hard lag
players that maybe play slow and like are downtime but have solid positions. What I think is that you can play fast and still have solid positions. It's better to have the best of both worlds. Why sacrifice one for the other, right? I think you can do both. I think you can play very fast and still have a good position. rather than it be one or the other. It's just all about practice and improving. The more you play, the faster you will get at being good at things. So let's say you're not great at defending, and maybe you have to take a few extra seconds to think of what move to play. But then the more and more you play, the better your pattern recognition gets, the more familiar you get with positions, the quicker you'll know the solutions to whatever you're trying to work out on the board. And then that'll get you up time. So it's all about just practice, practice, practice when it comes to speeding up with things.
Okay, so my like says 400. Maybe I can try to go upstairs.
Sure. Yeah, we can. You can do that quickly. I'll just mute you while you do that, and I'll talk a little bit more here. Okay, so what else can I say? Just while Chicken goes and fixes his connection a little bit. Just to introduce this topic more, I guess. So, coordination and time. What else is important to say? So I said, tell when a queen's coming, tell when pieces are bad, good, and when they're okay again. What's a little bit, like, you should also, what else is sort of like a key communication thing that you should talk about? I think that it's just sort of, especially when you get, the more you play and the more that, sort of the quality of the games go up. So like as you're getting higher rated and you're playing against opponents that are playing higher quality moves, it's just important that you really take into consideration just like the small things. Instead of it just being like, okay, like I said, don't trade this because it mates me. You should also say, don't trade this if it's just going to worsen your position a little bit. For example, like I said, pawn at h6. It's not a big deal, especially if you can defend with like knight at f5 or something like that if you're playing as black. I'll just flip the board here. And maybe you just want to say sit if you're up like even half a second or like a second on the clock, so they can't get that pawn, so they have to play like another move that's slightly worse than that move would have been. And then that just gets you like up, you improve your position slightly, but the more you do it, the more slightly you're improving your position, and then little things become a big change, if that makes sense. Does anyone have any questions about all this? I'm seeing some new people coming into chat, so I'll go over the rules again just as well, because I see a few questions about that. So this is doubles chess. It is a variant of chess. It's also known as bug house. It's played on 2 chessboards by 4 players in teams of 2. So right now my partner is FIDE master Daniel Yeager, and he is one of the top players in the world. And yeah, when you capture a piece... Sorry, okay. Chicken just is back in my ear. All right, yeah, I'm just explaining the rules again quickly, then we can try. Thanks.
Wait.
So, normal chess rules apply...
Let me 2 more minutes.
Okay, sure, go for it. Yeah, he's just going to fix his connection still. So, yes, captured pieces on one board are passed to your teammate on the other board, so they can use them on empty squares on their board, and it counts as their turn. They can also not use them and save them for later. It's kind of all up to you. So it's a lot of fun, this variant. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I call it controlled chaos. It's great. If anyone else has any questions, please feel free to post in chat. So we're talking about coordination. So that coordination, like I said, I gave you my examples of it. I'm sure that there'll be specific moments in these games where I can point it out actually happening live in a game. A little bit more about time, since I haven't sort of mentioned that as much, so time is extremely important. And you guys have heard me said it a few times that time is the most important thing. And the way that I sort of said it before is that time affects everything, but for you to really, really focus on time to like the maximum ability and like really utilize it in the most efficient, like advanced way, is you need to learn about the everything first. And I said this on the last episode, is time affects everything, but learn how to do everything first before you really focus in 100% on time. And when I say learn to do everything, I don't mean necessarily 100% master it, but like get the gist, get like an intermediate understanding at least of like all that. So learn how to coordinate, learn how to attack, defend, these sort of things. Learn like sort of how to play a little positionally, tactically. Learn mating, sort of different checkmates. Kind of get a good feel for some pattern recognition stuff and king walking and all that stuff. But then, sort of time, especially at the top level, this is what I've said. I say at the top level, once you've learned how to do everything to an extent, you, like all the fundamentals, you really need to then focus in on time. I think time is the most important thing at the top level that you need to be aware of, because being 1 second off or half a second off or even less than that changes the entire game constantly. And depending on the time on the clock, it changes everything that you need to do with the everything you know. That sounds like a mouthful. But yeah, like it'll change the plans that you have. It'll change the sort of things that you should be trying to achieve on the board. If you're trying to mate, or if you're trying to defend, or if you're trying to attack, or if you're trying to trade for your partner, it all has to do with if you're up or down time. It affects everything. So that's why it's so important to learn how to do these things as fast as possible, which is why you kind of gotta, like, how are you going to play fast if you don't know the things that you're going to be playing, sort of is what I'm trying to say. So that's why it's sort of important to do that first, and then the more and more experience you have with that, the faster you'll get, and then that's really important at the top level, is playing fast, being uptime. So yeah. It's funny, Smash Time Fools. You are correct there. That is 100% your middle name, yes. So yeah, what are the rules for pawn promotion and placement? So yeah, pawns, you can drop them on the 2nd and the 7th rank, but they just can't be like automatic queens. And you can't drop them, obviously, on your own 1st rank, because that's just like a regular rule in chess, is pawns don't go there. But yeah, you can't just drop a pawn on your opponent's back rank and have an automatic queen placed on the board. It has to be at least 1 rank before it. Other than that, have at it. You can place pawns anywhere. Yeah. Is competitive being pushed? What do you mean? I think okay, if I understand your question correctly, is competitive Bughouse somehow being pushed? So yeah, right now actually Bughouse tournaments are in the testing, so they're actually already sort of happening and being tested and getting ready to go up for everyone to participate in. So that's going to be pretty amazing, and I think it's going to really start getting a lot of the top players back into the action, because a lot of the top players, they're busy, but I'm sure that if tournaments are up, they'll make time, because, you know, tournaments are so much fun, and it's like, it's hard to find opponents a lot of the time if people don't have time to wait around and try and find opponents. They're busy. But if tournaments are being arranged where it's like they know when it's going to happen, they know that there's players that are going to be there for them to play against, then it's going to be like good in an organizational sense, and it'll make sense for them to want to come out and play. And plus, competition is fun. We're all like sort of chessy people here, so we're all kind of like into that competitiveness, whether it's watching or competing yourselves. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to either play in them or also to commentate on them. It's going to be a fun time. So tournaments are coming up, and that is how I think it's going to be. The competition is going to grow again, so to say. Any other questions just while we wait for my partner to get back? Otherwise, I will also maybe play a couple games in the random pool. Oh, here, Yusei asks a good question. How common is long castle in doubles chess? So as you can see in the game that I played here, I castled long. Let's figure out why I even did that, because I don't really know. So here, I wanted to castle long here because they sort of, with the move d6, cut off their bishop from the a3 square. And then also right now their bishop is open to the hc3 square. So if I was to castle pawn at h3, it's a little bit annoying. And that was kind of like just the main reasoning there. So I'm like, there's not really too much of a way for them to get an attack quickly on the queen side. It's a little bit quicker on the king side that they can. There's also some benefits of doubling up my rook with the queen on the d file. So there was just like, it made a little bit more sense positionally for me. And also in like a safety sort of way, like I feel safer castling this way. Your question is, how often does it happen? Not that often. You're going to be seeing kingside castle way, way more often. I don't know if I could give you like a percentage of how often it happens, but not often. Maybe like once in 20 games, or I don't even know if that. So it doesn't happen too often that you castle queenside. So yes, I think my partner's back. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, whoa, you're loud. Okay. Is your connection working now?
It should be.
Okay. Do you think you can call me on your computer? Because I'm just muting you here, because it's a little bit distorted, your audio. Okay. It's not good right now, yeah. It's a little bit distorted. Okay. Okay, he's gonna call back on the computer, so we'll be good and ready to go, and we can get more into this. So, so I explained that time is the most important thing. Why? Because when you're uptime, some of it is a bit more obvious than some other reasons, but there's actually too many reasons to give of why time's important, because it's the most important thing, really, when it comes down to it. Why is time important? Because it helps you coordinate with your partner. If you're uptime, you can tell your partner to sit if you need them to hold trades. It'll be easier for them. Maybe they could still hold trades if they're downtime, but sometimes it's not possible. So being uptime is good with that. Being uptime is good because let's say that you have a really good position on your board and your partner's not doing so well and you're up like 30 seconds or something crazy. You could tell your partner to sit and literally just play a game of chess on your board and try and beat them within the 30 seconds, like a game of 30-second bullet chess or something. So you can also use it for chessing. Like maybe you want your partner to sit just so you can kind of like, you know, play the chess game on your board that you are already winning, rather than letting your opponent get pieces and let them improve their position. Starve them out a little bit. Don't let them get those trades. Get your partner to sit, and then you can try and just play a chess game, which happens quite frequently and is also very much so utilized at the top level of the game, because a lot of the players at the top that are the best players in the world at doubles chess, they're usually very strong chess players as well. So if they're having a good chess position, they know how to take advantage of that. They know all of that. And I'm sure that I'll also go into just like how to chess and play good chess moves in doubles chess, because it's actually not as simple as it sounds. Let's say you're only up like 5 seconds and you want to do a little bit of chessing on the board just because your position's better and you tell your partner to sit, right? You don't want to necessarily play the game with the idea of this is a chess game. Like, if you have like 30 seconds on the clock, have at it. Play it like it's a chess game. Go into an end game. Do crazy stuff. But if you're just up a few seconds and you want to play a few chess moves, you have to keep in mind, and this is what makes it different than just playing regular, with the regular ideas of chess and all of that in mind, is you have to think, okay, they're going to be getting pieces again. So I can't weaken my position too much. I can't like get my king into too much open space or something like that. You can't, you have to play with the idea of pieces are going to come eventually. Or you have to play with the idea of this is what they're going to get once my partner does make a move. Let's say that your partner, like if there's about to be like a queen trade or something, you definitely want to play with in mind of, okay, the second the time gets even, a queen is going to come for my opponent. So I better play with like that sort of in the back of my head, right? So that's sort of another reason there as well. And your partner ran out of time. So the way that it works with the time, because that's also like, I guess, something that is very important and looks a little confusing if you haven't seen this variant before, is that I'm actually not like racing my opponents that I'm on the same board with. I'm not racing their clock. I am racing my partner's opponent's clock. And I'm trying to figure out a way to like how to easily explain why. So when I'm playing, I want to get, let's say I want to get like a knight, right? I want to get a knight to drop on, I don't know, F5. It's not even that good. I want to get a knight. And I say, okay, partner, can you get me a knight? Then what could happen is my partner's opponent is the one that's going to be trying to not give the knight, right? So if they have more time on my clock and I'm just sitting, I'm not moving, I'm waiting for the knight, and then my partner's opponent's sitting and not moving to hold the knight, whoever clock, that's the clock you're racing. It's like whoever time's going to run out is then who's going to lose or win, right? So, or who's going to lose. So right now, if I was to sit, I would lose because my partner's opponent's up 13 seconds because they'd be the one sitting to try and hold pieces. So you're racing their clock. All right, I'm getting the call. Hello, is your thing good?
Hello. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, your audio is way better now. All right, let's try playing again.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, do you have it open?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No problem. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please ask. That is literally the whole reason I'm here. To teach you guys whatever you want to know. And I feel like when I was first playing, I had like a billion questions because this is like, there's so much going on. Like with chess, I have a billion questions as well. So with this, it's like the same thing. All right, so we're going to utilize sit more. So here, I'm just trying to make sure that I play quickly, especially since I'm trying to show just how much time can help you with your games if you're up time. So here, I'm just going to trade everything on d6, play bishop at e5, attack the queen, knight at d6 is coming if he moves the queen. In this position, yeah, I would just play a move like that. I would not move the queen. So here, here I want to try and kick this knight out just to weaken the f6 square, because my whole idea is whenever they're castled, like I said, the sort of main place that you want to attack when we went over sort of like attacking and defending lesson is you want to attack this g7 square here. So you might want to kick out pieces that they have and try and get control of these sort of dark squares and kick away the pieces that are helping them control them. So that's like a way that you can make a weakness. So h6 might have been a little bit better, but I think this is fine too, because I'll eventually drop something on h6 anyways, like right now. I don't want to capture because it just lets them capture back. I mean, I can capture whenever I really want to. Here, pawn is pretty good. I could also just take this rook. I might go knight to e4, just get another piece covering f6. All right, I kind of want to kick this knight out, which I'll do with c4. I don't mind pushing c4 now since they have a hard time doing anything to take advantage of the c square. It's not the opening anymore. Like I said, just don't push your c pawns or f pawns really in the opening. Other than that, it's kind of okay. So if they move this knight somewhere, I get pawn at e7. It's really hard for them to defend this unless they play bishop at d6 or bishop at g7. So here,
But I can push my G pawn in the opening.
g pawn in the opening. Sometimes the g pawn does get moved in the opening if they take on f3 and you want to, like, I think in this game my g pawn got moved. Like they took on f3, I took back with my g pawn so that I can play rook g1, get control of the half open file. So that's why I don't say any rules about the g or the b pawns, because first of all, 12 team plays an opening with a3, b4, or a6, b5, and then with the g pawn, sometimes you're going to capture with the pawn on f3. It provides a little bit of coverage for any knights trying to come into e4 or g5. Sorry, e4 or g4, and it also allows you to play rook g1 and get control of the half-open file. So that's why sometimes you will move the g-pawn in the opening, depending on this one sort of specific opening line that you'll see different variations of, which is when they take usually with the light-squared bishop from b7 or from g4 on f3. Does that answer your question? Yes, you can move the g-pawn. I wouldn't necessarily recommend playing g4 novelty in the opening. I'm sure that's maybe like actually probably a move in some lines. That would be okay, because we've been experimenting in the doubles chess world with moving our g-pawn a little more often than we used to, and it's been working out pretty okay. As long as you're up time, then usually it's fine. Because if you're down time, they might try and take advantage of you moving the pawn and weakening g2 and g7 a little bit, which, like I said, g2, g7 are one of the most commonly attacked squares in doubles chess. The g7, f7, c7, and b7 are the most attacked squares on the board. So let's continue. Alright, maybe sit. My opponent's sack-sitting on me. He wants to wait for pieces, but we are up time, so this shows you how we can utilize time to our advantage here. So since my partner's up time, I can just tell him to sit and then get safe. So now I'm safe. You can go. So my idea is maybe to take on c3 so I can play knight at e2.
No knight, no knight.
Okay, now just play queen. Oh, he can take with the queen. Play queen to g5. Just get an attack here. Okay, check. Knight mates. So my partner's going to take on c6. Oh my god. Oops. Partner. Don't look over here. Mistakes were made. Partner, mistakes were made. Okay, so obviously this was mate in 2 if I had placed it on the right square. That would be amazing. I hope he plays that at g2. Okay, let me think here. Now I'm going to have to put on my good old thinking cap. Alright, so I'm just going to go bishop at g4. Queen's coming.
So safe.
Oh, whoa. This will mate me if I take the queen. You got knight at e7. Okay, partner. Mistakes were made again. They were made again. So I'm going to have to go here. Oh, I'm literally getting mated here. Okay. Sorry, partner. I definitely... Oh, never mind. He didn't see it. I made some mistakes, and I apologize. You guys can't hear chicken very well? Alright, I'll turn up chicken's volume. Pawn's really good?
Like a couple pawns, yeah.
Okay. Can you entice your opponent to drop a knight?
Maybe if I get inside his head, yeah.
Get inside his head, Brenner. Get inside his head. Oh, here's a pawn. Oh, free knight.
Oh, pawn mates.
Nice. There we go.
Nice.
Clutch, partner, clutch. You carried me this game. Well, I had mate, but sad things happened.
It's okay. We rebounded from it.
Yeah. Bounced back. Okay, sit. So something that I've explained during episodes where we talked about sack sitting a little bit more is that it's usually not good to sacrifice, well, in general in the opening, unless your partner's already sort of traded a lot or said that, you know, a lot of trades are most likely going to come. You want to be pretty sure about that, because otherwise you're just going to be giving up material and not getting any sort of advantage. And giving up material hurts your partner since their opponent gets the material and they don't. And giving up material is going to hurt you because then you have less pieces on the board than your opponent does. So that's just bad in general as well.
And good.
If you do sacrifice, it's usually better to do it with the bishop, because the bishop you only have to move twice, whereas the knight you have to move 3 times in order to sack it. So you're just wasting a lot of time and sort of tempo there. What's up? What else is good? You want pawns, you said?
Never mind.
Okay. So I'm just going to go e5, try and trade for my partner.
I sack with bishop. His partner says sack with bishop, not knight.
in the opening, but yeah. Sure.
Okay, yes.
Just queen to e6. Then we can go to... Oh, my knight's cover all the squares, so he can't even attack my queen here. Here I'll just go bishop at b3. Get ready to trade off the queens. Okay, I'll take that. Pawn at e2 is fine. Take the queen. My knights are covering everything, so I don't have to worry about any mate threats. I can take on g3 if he goes here. So here I can just take on g3, because my rook is going to pin this pawn to the king. I have the initiative. Yes, we were talking about initiative in the last episode and how important it is.
You can wait for a rook if it mates.
Because initiative...
You can wait for a rook.
Okay, except for rook. Initiative is also... Yeah, coordination. There's a strong example of coordination. My partner notices that a rook mates for me. We're up on the clock. He can easily force it with either rook at e8 or g8. So we'll just sit and I will wait for the piece that mates. But yeah, coordination is another... Sorry. Initiative is one of the most important elements in the game as well. Just because it really helps with being able to have control of the board. If you have the initiative, you have the control, sort of. And we talked about that a lot last episode. Thank you. Excellent. Splendid, perhaps.
Splendid.
All right, so there's a prime example of coordinating a checkmate. Being uptime, so that actually shows you time and coordination. We're uptime, so I can wait for the piece that I need to mate. And my partner coordinated with me to say to sit for it because he knows he can get it. So there was a element of coordination and time that were in play with that checkmate.
Don't want to.
So here I'm kind of initiative seeking, trying to get in. All right, so I'll go bishop at e3. My idea would be to take with the knight, so that way I'm threatening a discover check, which is a little bit more powerful. Could also take this knight. Is an idea. I'll just take here anyways.
We can get you.
And then I can take this knight. Okay, interesting. So here, I have a few ideas. I could bring my knight out to threaten queen at f2. Okay, I'll do that. No knight. I want to avoid knight at e7, queen at g8, knight at f7 mate. Because I don't want to run my king up. Alright. To f7. Hey, Reckless. Yeah, it would be interesting to watch engines play this and utilize time. I feel like they would all just take a fraction of a second and it would be insane. And you wouldn't really get to see how they utilize it. Because it would just, well, maybe you would, but it'd be like very, like, they can't just like sit for like 10 seconds in chess, maybe. It would be very different. It would mostly just be like slight thing. Oh god, it'd be crazy.
Who would be doing that?
Engines, if like 4 computers played this and how they would try and utilize time, what do you think that would look like?
Oh yes, they'd be very fast, probably.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it would be... Sorry, yeah?
I was saying there was some engine to play, but they weren't that good at coordinating.
Oh, really? Yeah, I feel like it would take like a pretty advanced sort of computer to figure out like all the like small details of positional advantages and like trading to get positional advantages. Because a lot of the time when people trade in doubles chess at maybe the lower levels, is they're trading specifically for like attacking and defending more than anything. Whereas at the top levels, you're also going to be trading to get slight positional advantages or holding trades to get slight positional advantages as well, which I feel like would be a little bit less obvious to a computer. I'm just gonna guess that one though. I'm not 100% sure. Do not know engines as well as they know themselves. So here, this is interesting. Oh, I just have mate in 2. I'm crazy. I forgot the rook covers f6. Alright, I'm crazy. There we go. Nice. So we were even on time there, but I mean, we were up time until I was sitting and not finding the mate. Alright, let's show our coordination skills and utilize sit more.
Yeah, the engines actually made really good moves, but they would be really bad at coordinating. Like, I remember playing them on 6.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe they would play for their own board rather than their partner's board. That's another thing that we should talk about right now is that's there we go. That's one that I haven't mentioned yet. Another important aspect of and fundamental sort of coordinating is knowing when to play for your board and knowing when to play for your partner's board. And
okay, knight mates. Maybe you can go like h6 and bishop h5.
I'm gonna try this. If he takes it, I've got knight e4. Okay. I'll go here anyways.
Well, I can get you rook. That's good.
Here.
Oh, thank you, partner. Thank you. Splendid.
But yeah, another thing with coordination is knowing whose board to play for. And also another thing with coordination is knowing what opening to play depending on what opening your partner plays. For example, when I partner up with 12-teen, he often as, is it white or black? I think it's as white. He likes to get an early pawn and knight sometimes. So I'll specifically play an opening where I'm going to trade for an early pawn and knight because it's good for whatever opening he plays. So coordinating openings is a way you can do coordinating. Like if your partner likes a lot of trades, play an opening that trades a lot. If your partner doesn't like a lot of trades, play a more chessy opening. And coordinating, knowing when to play for whose board. So if your partner's attacking, stop attacking on your board, maybe start, or stop worrying about attacking or getting initiative on your board. And sort of, or whatever you're doing, change your strategy to trading for them rather than playing your own board. Or sacrifice your board, make your position worse. Sack a queen for a pawn if it mates for your partner or if it's good, really good for your partner. You got to know sort of when to play for their board more than your own. A lot of players sometimes just focus too much on their own position and rather than sort of looking at your partner's board and your board as one sort of big picture. So yeah, those are 2 other coordination sort of fundamentals that you should be aware of and practice. So matching openings and playing to fit your partner's style. That's the first one. And the second one, knowing which board that you should be playing for strategically.
Yes, that's actually really advanced, the one where you're gonna match your partner's style.
Yeah, that one I remember.
We haven't even like done. Actually, we kind of did with how you want pawns.
Yeah,
right?
we the way that Chicken and I do it a lot is he'll try and trade for early pawns for me. I love pawns. I just love pawns. So he'll play openings where he trades pawns a lot. And a lot of the time he'll play openings where he just trades a lot in general because he knows that I like a lot of trades.
Okay, knight's good.
Here you go. Here, I think I might just give up that knight.
His stuff is good. Pawn, knight.
It's a pawn.
Thank you.
But yeah, I would say that's actually a really advanced one. I remember who told me about it. V.A. Boris was one of the, who is also one of the top players, was the person who originally taught me that. I'll give him credit for that. Is he was the one who said that one of his ways of improving was learning how to match his opening to his partner's. And then what I'll add to that is outside of just the opening is, in general, you could match your playing style, adjust it a little bit to suit your partner. So if your partner likes trades, play a game where you trade a little more than you maybe normally would. So it doesn't have to just be in the opening. You match your openings, that's fantastic. If you can match your whole game, then that's just phenomenal. Well, do you agree, partner, with that? Adjusting your playing style slightly?
About the openings, I haven't really put that much into that, but yeah.
I think you have. I think you have, and you maybe don't realize it because you trade a lot. When we were first playing together, I feel like this was something that we actually struggled with. Was our styles weren't matching as well. But the more we played together, you started like trading more. Okay, and yeah. I'm sure I changed something too. I can't think of what off the top of my head, but because it's like the more you play, sometimes you play over such a long period of time, and the changes are subtle and gradual over time, so it's hard to just think off the top of my head, okay, what did we change specifically? But I know one of them was definitely like trade flow. We both like sort of right, I learned how to hold trades when you needed me to sit like a bit better, you know, like if you were ever just like going on a king walk and eating all of your opponent's pieces, I would learn how to play without trading too much. Like I did that more often, and then you kind of just learned, or you you adjusted your playing style to trade more in general and in the opening. Yeah. I'm sure that there's a bunch of other things that we adjusted too, but there were probably very like subtle changes that happened gradually.
Yes, that's true.
I think we don't always notice, because I just remember at the beginning of when we first started playing together that it was really different, because I had only been playing with 12T a lot at the time, and his style was like completely the opposite of yours. So it took a little while to adjust. So I know we must have adjusted a lot of things. Because I specifically remembering thinking, whoa, this is like super different. I think we also eventually learned to play like faster together too. The more you get used to a partner and like knowing what to do when trade, like I said, you learn how to do things quickly with experience. So the more Chicken and I played together, the more we learned how to play together, the quicker we got at playing together.
So. And no queen. Yes, maybe we know what to expect on each other's boards. Like I know.
Yeah, exactly. We learned what to expect more with each other's boards, which allows us to adjust our playing style and play quicker within that playing style as well. So it all kind of goes hand in hand, which is kind of why I love it. It all just kind of like becomes controlled chaos once you get really good at it. All right. Like pawns are good. I'll maybe go like, where do I want to go here? I want to take that. Okay, like a pawn?
They don't trade. Okay, coming. You can just sit if you want.
Yeah, so we're up a ton of time. I'm going to sit. That's funny, Reckless Fury. So if anyone has more questions about time and coordination, please let us know. I feel like I might just play knight at E8 and take on G7, so I don't want him to get a pawn for F6. Mm-hmm. Oh, you just raised another really important point. Is another way that you can communicate with your partners, tell them your plans. Especially if you're sitting for a long time, like right now we're sitting the clock down. Don't waste that time just sitting and doing nothing. How about instead have a discussion with your partner about what you're planning to do, because then that'll help your partner adjust with what their plan is and what they're going to play, so that it really flows well together and you're synced up in that sense. So like if I know what my partner's planning to do, then I can know what to do, and therefore we can play more in harmony. So you want to sometimes discuss your plans with your partner. That's a really important point of, it doesn't happen as often because sometimes you don't have time to if you're playing really fast, right? But if you have time to discuss, or if you're in a call, for example, rather than typing, or if you're just sitting down the clock for whatever reason, you should talk about your plans with your partner, sort of coordinate your ideas. Or you can also, another part of communication is say that you see a really good move for your partners, you could suggest moves. Move suggesting is totally fine. Discuss ideas, like come up. Sometimes the way that you think about the board is a little different than your partner's. Doesn't necessarily mean a move's maybe better, but maybe you'll see something that they don't think of as quickly, or they don't see something because they don't play that style as much. So you see a move that's maybe better than whatever they were planning, which is totally fine as well.
Wait,
Oh,
you
sorry, I
missed my
totally
plan, though.
moved. I forgot what we were doing. Oh, we're fine. It's fine. It's fine. I sit, rook mates. I sit. I went rogue for like a second there. I went rogue. But yeah, communicating in that sense is good too. Discuss plans, suggest moves,
Okay, you said for rook now.
suggest ideas. So there's
That's
a
our plan,
lot with
sit.
communication. Yeah, so my partner's told me the plan is sitting for a rook, so that's what I'm gonna do. Nice. There we go. So now I feel like I've kind of probably said the bulk of all the things that you should do with coordinating. Now what I'm going to focus on for the next hour is the examples. So I feel like I kind of, unless you can think of anything else, Chicken, I feel like I've brought up probably all the main things that you're going to be coordinating with your partner, right? I don't think I've missed too many. But there's probably some more, I don't know. But yeah, that's a bunch of them. Those are what you're aiming to do. Now we're going to play some games where I talk a little bit less until examples present themselves. Because I think that'll be valuable to just see it on the board as well rather than just hear me saying it. So let's play with the idea in mind of finding examples of these coordinating in a time management sort of things.
Yeah, you want pawns as white?
I just like pawns always. Just want
Okay.
pawns. Definitely as white more though. Like white is, I definitely know how to utilize my pawns as white.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. I do feel like we covered a lot of the main ways that you coordinate and use time. So I feel like this provides you guys with some maybe new ideas of how you can take advantage of these things. I see a lot of the time people will be uptime and they don't take advantage of it. Maybe they just don't know that they could be. Sometimes you could sit for a piece that mates your partner. You're up like 30 seconds and I'll see them still moving. So think about it, guys. Like use your time. Don't feel like you always have to move. Right, whoa, what's going on here? I'm just gonna go here and take. Okay,
Yes.
diagonals
Okay,
are
so
bad. Sorry, what?
Pawn is a little bit good. You think I should wait for a pawn at g6? What do you think?
Yeah, we're up time. Okay, never mind. Not anymore.
Maybe
Actually,
a5.
here.
a5. Okay. Oh, nice. Just go right for it.
Just go right for it. Now play a5. Try and
I'm
trade.
practicing my attacking.
Nice.
Helmsknight style.
Yes. One of my favorite things to do is attack. Thanks for the rage, SSID.
How do you continue my attack?
How would you continue your attack here? I think you might just want to... Oh, maybe G4 novelty.
Whoa, g4.
G4 novelty, partner. It's so strong. Yes. See? There we go. Another example of coordination is you can ask your partner for ideas.
You can have a very strong partner who tells you very strong moves. That's good, yeah.
Funny. Oh, whoa, oh god, I didn't sit fast enough.
Okay, queen comes.
Okay.
Okay, rook mates. But we're down. Like 2 pawns mate also. 3 pawns mate.
3?
2 more pawns mate, yeah.
Wait, how?
Okay.
Oh,
good.
wait, I see it. Oh, rook takes G7, okay.
Actually, I need 4 pawns.
And a reason why you might want to ask ideas from your partner is sometimes when you're staring at a position, like you need a fresh set of eyes, which is just totally like a human thing, is that sometimes a fresh set of eyes looking at a new position, they'll have a different perception of it because they haven't been staring at it the whole game.
Okay, no queen. Just no queen.
That's like another reason why sometimes they'll maybe see something that you don't, and that's not anything against you or saying that you're not whatever as good as.
Oh,
whatever.
no. Sit. He tricked me.
Oh.
It's okay, partner. We're up. Bishop e5 was a very nice move, actually. But fortunately, my partner's holding the pawns.
Unfortunately,
oh, he draws.
he could have a
draws.
draw.
He can, maybe.
Okay, move back. See if he does it again. If he does, then I win. Okay, sit.
I sit. Bishop at e5, maybe.
Oh, strong.
Okay, I let my partner win.
I'm gonna win. This is why time is important. Now I can play a sort of game of chess soon. after these pieces get dropped. I have to focus, so I will be quiet. I don't actually know what to do here. Okay, I'm just gonna flag him. Okay.
Oh,
Thanks. You too. Yeah, there was a little complicated because probably.
I learned to trust in my partner and not go against her
Yeah, sometimes you want to trust your partner. It's strong.
her wishes. It's always right, more often than not.
Thank you. You too.
Because I might have been scared and took a draw, but my partner said she's gonna win. So.
Mm-hmm. Because otherwise we would risk flagging and actually losing. So it's kind of like, if you know, yeah, just that's where like knowing how to play, being up time, like in a better position, like maybe chessing is. We'll do another sort of episode on that one day. It doesn't happen as often in all games, but it happens enough. Definitely, it does happen frequently. And certain players, especially like 12-teen, and my partner as well, is even if they're only up like 5 seconds, sometimes they can win a whole game. And it's insane. And I'm like, whoa, that is... Like, that's something that you guys can maybe like talk more about than even me. Like, you guys are the masters of it. It takes, like, you guys are chess masters, so it does probably take like a master to be able to do that, I would say.
Just gotta be good at bullet chess.
You gotta be good at bullet chess,
fast.
and like you gotta be fast, good at chess, and you gotta be good with doubles chess because you gotta be able to like look at a doubles chess sort of position, because usually doubles chess positions look different than regular chess positions, and then think, okay, how do I win this in a chess game in 5 seconds, and then somehow like just do it on the spot. It's kind of crazy, and it's honestly super like mesmerizing almost to watch happen. All right, let's see if we can get some more opponents. Can you seek a game? It's not letting me click it.
Yeah, as long as I have like a material advantage, then it's doable.
Mm-hmm. All right, can you click seek, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. So that's another fantastic example of this game that just happened, of time. Why time is so important is even though my partner's getting a draw happening on his board, because we're up time from playing fast, we could still win the game. So time is just so important. Is there a lot of coffee involved?
Yeah, we would have lost if it wasn't for time also, because 2 pawns would have made it me then.
Yeah. Exactly. And if we were down time, my partner would just not even have gotten the draw. He would have been checkmated. So what are the rules? This is doubles chess. 4 people play in teams of 2. Pieces I capture go to my partner. They can drop them on the board on empty squares. It counts as their turn. You can place and drop check and checkmate. You can drop pawns everywhere except for the 8th and 1st rank. And they, of course, have to be dropped on an empty square. You can't drop pieces on top of other pieces. Other than that, normal chess rules apply. Here, I kind of want to go... A common move you'll see is like bishop at h5. It's sort of a dual-purpose move. You attack and defend at the same time. He's probably going to go pawn at f5, which is annoying. Okay, he didn't. So I'm all defended, so I don't really need to worry about that. I should probably go pawn here so I can capture with the bishop rather than the pawn. Because if I take with the pawn, you've got pawn g7, pawn h7, which is bad. A very common attacking pattern that you should probably all be aware of is if these pawns are no longer there on your opponent's side of the board, the pawn at g7 forces their rook to move. Then pawn at h7 is no matter where they move now, you're going to be either making a queen or capturing the rook. So it's really, really common attacking pattern when those pawns are not there. You might want to try and get 2 pawns to drop. it's usually like almost like a complete game changer. Like if you can get those 2 pawns on the board, it's really hard for them to recover from it. Like what are they supposed to do? It's really hard.
Which pawns? F3 and G2?
Like if their pawn's not on G7 and H7, one of the common attacking patterns you'll see is they'll place a pawn on G7, attack your rook. You move your rook, then they place a pawn on H7, right?
Yeah.
It's a very common attacking example, like a pattern that you become very familiar with. Just like how other patterns are very common, like smothered mates and all that, are very common in this game.
Yeah, that's usually why you don't want to advance your G and H pawns, unless you have everything covered.
Yeah, exactly. If you have those squares covered, it's fine. But otherwise, keep that in mind that your opponent has that attacking idea. And also keep it in mind for yourself in case your opponent sort of slips up and gets that weakness themselves. Yeah, that's why one of the reasons that I love this game, Nuki, and why I preferred it to standard chess growing up, and still now because I just love this game. It's my favorite, and it's because it's the team element I found so fun. Like just like bantering with your partner, making jokes, just like supporting each other, getting to like it's just really fun. It's like, you know, why are team games fun? They're fun.
Okay, sit. No knight.
Okay, we coordinate. So we're up a ton of time. We've been good on the clock. We're going to utilize sit here.
Yeah.
Because trades are bad for my partner. My idea when I go is...
queen, no rook. No.
Okay. So my idea is once a rook's okay, I'm going to drop a rook on h1, and it's really hard for him to defend. He has no way of really defending unless he sacks a knight with knight at e2 takes, then knight takes to defend the rook. Which now he won't even have. Take that. Okay, I'm going to sit and wait to go rook at h1 once my partner gets safe.
Yes.
So now my partner will show you how to defend when you're castled. Or you're just going to... Okay, never mind. My partner's going to counter-attack. He's going to take the bishop on f6 and go knight at h5. No.
I was very confused what I was going to show there.
Whoa, partner, why didn't you take f6 and go knight at h5?
I thought another rook was good for you.
Oh yeah, but I thought it was mating.
Okay, I didn't coordinate well. My bad.
It's okay. I distract you. I said something.
Yes, I got very confused maybe.
Okay, now you're going to show the viewers at home how to defend when you're castled and uptime. So my partner is placing new pieces around their king and trying to take away the pieces that are attacking them.
Okay, thanks for giving me the guidance. That's the plan. Okay. I was very.
I'll commentate what you're doing. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm placing new pieces around my king. Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that rook is fine. I'm fine.
So rook's fine, and my partner knows that I'm attacking here, so my opponent can't really afford to take e4, because pawn at f3 would be annoying for my partner, but it would just destroy my opponent if they were to make a move taking a pawn right now. They have to worry about this whole rook takes h1 idea, which would be checkmating them if they just ignore it. And honestly, I don't even think that they can defend it anyways, so it's going to be a hard time for my opponent to
I can get you a
here.
queen if it's good.
Like pawn at e2 maybe.
Pawn at e2 maybe?
Cat's going crazy.
Pawn at e2, right?
Yeah, pawn at e2 is pretty good.
I'm getting you a queen.
Because if he takes with this bishop, I got... Okay, there we go. If he has to take with the rook, and then I take
Splendid.
the rook, and it's hard.
Splendid.
Yeah. So the idea of pawn at e2 isn't necessarily because I want to recapture on e2. It's because I want to block off the rook from guarding e1. All right.
The cat's okay?
The cat is okay. Okay, so he's sacrificing his knight. I'm going to say not to trade to my partner.
Okay, everything's fine for me now.
Nice. And every so often I glance, like another important thing about coordination, just so that it's a good practice, is to look over at your partner's board every 5 to 10 seconds.
Knight's good. Yeah, I'll practice coordinating a little bit more for the stream maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's good. Like sometimes we're coordinating a little less on this show only, just because of talking a lot and me trying to explain it to you is time that I would normally be spending talking to my partner and coordinating. So in general, it's harder to coordinate when I'm telling you guys like certain things. But in this specific episode, we're going to focus a little bit more on trying to coordinate with each other. No pawn, by the way.
Knight's good.
Because that's what the episode's about. And we usually don't mind sacrificing a little bit of coordination to explain things to you guys, because we can normally afford to, since we're more experienced with the game and good at the game, I guess. I'm like, how do I say this? But yeah, in general, if we're playing like a really serious like team or something, then we would be very focused on only playing and talking about the game itself.
Knight's good here.
Knight's good? Alright, I shall get you a knight. Since we're up a lot of time, I'm going to try to get you a knight without sacrificing my queen, which I can do just by dropping pawn on g3. So being up time allows... So another like idea of how you can take use time to your advantage is, say your partner wants a piece. Normally, let's say that piece is really, really good, and you want to play for their board. So maybe you'll sacrifice your queen. Like I'll do queen takes g4. But since we're up so much time, I can actually afford to take a couple extra moves to get the piece and still play my board a little bit. So I didn't have to sacrifice my queen. I could take it with a different piece.
Take the pawn on d6, maybe? Pawn is really good.
Coming. Okay, pawn's gonna go. I'll just go rook at f3. Defend my f2 square. So yeah, being up time allows you to sacrifice your position less frequently. If your partner wants a piece, maybe you can afford to get that piece in a way that doesn't damage your position as much. That's something that we do all the time. It's actually very important, I'd say. Do you want a knight? Does it mate? Or it doesn't? Positions like that are very confusing.
I need like 2 knights to mate. Okay, knight.
Mm-hmm. Need 2 knights to mate.
Oh, I can just move for you. Let me just move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like if you sit too long for something, it's bad also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else is good?
Wait, does a knight mate now? I think a knight mates now, yeah.
Oh. Hard. I was good. Okay, here's a rook. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess this works as well. You can just go rook at e8, e1. Or that. Both are made into. Oh my god, you guys are funny. Alright. Nice. Well done.
Thank you, you too. Okay, no knight.
Okay. Blocker.
Where I sit? Wait, why didn't you sit?
Because I thought you were fine. I thought you were telling me to sit for the blocker.
Okay.
Because I said blocker, you said, okay, sit. So I thought that you meant wait for it.
Yeah, I'm trying to improve our coordination.
Okay. I thought a bishop looked good for you. So I might have not taken that bishop, but since I was remembering to glance over my partner's board, bishop looked like a good piece for my partner to attack his opponent's queen with. That's actually a very interesting move. I'm just gonna let him take my rook. So right now, knight's good for my partner. Also, just in general, he's gonna do bishop takes h7. This is another very common attacking pattern. Is that your
now
bishop...
give me a pawn so we can demonstrate why a pawn on h7 and g7.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a pawn. Give me a second to do that. But yeah, I'll explain again. Sometimes your bishop will be eyeing the h7 square, and the most common attacking pattern for that is they'll play knight at h5. If the rook moves to g8, then you do bishop takes h7 and you're attacking the rook, and if the rook moves, you get knight takes g7. A lot of the time nowadays, the way that players will try to defend against that you shouldn't usually have that as an option for your opponent to play anyways, is you should always have like either the h7 square guarded or not allow the knight to be dropped to h5. But if for some reason it happens on the board, then what you're going to want to do is possibly just drop a bishop on f8, try and defend the g7 square. But the problem is if they get too many pawns to drop on h6, they're going to be able to get in. So if you're playing for the attack, try and get pawns to sort of keep attacking g7 with. If you're trying to defend, tell your partner to sit if you're up time and defend g7 with like bishop at or knight at f5 is another idea. Or if possible, knight at bishop at f6 is an idea. Okay, let me give you the pawn so you can demonstrate the attacking combo that we spoke of earlier, which is pawn at h7 and then pawn on g7. And now it's really, they just resign. Yeah, like I said, usually if you can get the pawn on g7 and h7, it's just like game over. It's such a game changer. Yes, I am speaking quickly because it's hard to commentate as things are happening because the game is so fast paced. So I'm trying to commentate as you see it on the board so you can actually have a visual example of what I'm explaining. And that involves me having to speak quickly to keep up with the moves that are being played since this is such a speed intense game. So don't mind me speaking fast. Hopefully you can like rewind if you have to hear what I said again. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep up with the moves. If you guys do need me to repeat anything or explain something slower, you can also just let me know. I have no problem repeating stuff. All right, I'm just viewing this game while we wait for opponents. There are some higher rated opponents online. Hopefully we can get paired against them. That would be good for showing some higher leveled coordination. Because obviously coordinating against really high-rated opponents is going to be more intense and heavy with communication. Because more often I'm going to be getting attacked or something. They're going to be playing high-quality moves and I'm going to have to deal with them. So to say. Oh my gosh, my cats are losing their minds. She just jumped into a window. Like, into the glass of the window. She's like a bird flying into a window. It was ridiculous. I'm playing bad moves because I just got so distracted by that. All right, anyways.
I got this. You got this.
Thank you. I'm going to try and create an attack over here.
Yes, create a nine.
Okay, coming. So my idea is to try and take here.
One thing you can do is you can spam it to your partner. That's one way to coordinate.
The one way to coordinate is just spamming your partner.
Give me that knight, partner. Give me that knight.
Here's a knight.
Thank you. That was such a good knight. Give me more stuff. Give me more stuff.
Oh my god, my cat's gonna turn off my computer. She's gonna stand on the power button. No, don't do that. That would be really bad. Okay, sorry. We're down time. We're down time. I'm blaming my cat for it. Oh god.
Partner, I'm crushing. Don't worry. Give me all the pieces I want.
She like unplugged my webcam or something. I need to fix that. My cat's going crazy. Alright, give me a second. Let me fix my webcam. Oh my gosh. Can my cat like just calm down? Alright. Let me just put that there. Alright. Let me fix my camera. There we go. Yeah, my cat literally just jumped into a window, jumped onto my chair, and then jumped onto my like webcam. Hard. Don't have, like, another very important advice for coordination is don't have your, like, pets, like, just jumping on your computer while you play, maybe. It definitely affects your coordination and your time management, I'd say. We were down a lot of time in that game. You have a very clear way of explaining. I like it. Oh, thank you. I love you guys' feedback. If you can also just tell me if I don't do a good job as well, because I really want to try and get this across as clearly as I can. So I'm like trying to think through the best way to explain these things, because like I said in the past on one of the episodes, a lot of the time we do a lot of this just as like muscle memory, like in your brain. Is that it's like a lot of just pattern recognition. We don't even realize all the little things that are going into the game that we play, because it's from experience more than anything. Like a lot of the time, the way that a lot of the top players have gotten good at this game before like someone like me maybe started making these episodes, because we didn't really have tutorials we could watch online, so a lot of it was through experience and just self-analysis. So a lot of the time we didn't like think it out 100% of what am I actually doing. We just tried a lot of trial and error until things went our way, and then we got like better as time went by. So to try and actually like put what we learned through experience into like a lesson is a little it's really cool actually. It's cool to actually like break apart and break down what are all the little things that are going into playing this game well. And that's what I'm trying to like come up with ideas of how to communicate that to you guys. So yeah, a lot of the time we didn't like think we don't even realize all like the crazy strategies that we're maybe incorporating into every single game until we really break it down for you guys. Like right now, I almost like realize, oh wow, I just realized I do this way more often than I like think of it, because it's just so second nature to me. I don't really have to think to do it nowadays.
The trades are good. Pawn is good.
All right, here's a pawn. Knight's good here. Trades are good as well.
Here's
Okay,
I'll take this knight.
I'll get you a queen. Okay, there we go. Coordination. I trade for my partner trades back. Sacrifices his queen to get me a knight so that I can get my opponent's queen. So he played for my board and I played for his board, and it literally switched so quickly. Like one move I'm playing for his board, and then the very next move he suddenly sacrifices his position to play for my board. Like you're constantly changing plans just like that, or constantly changing strategies. Playing for your board, playing for your partner's board. It's just constant. You got to constantly gauge the position on both boards and like try and figure out what the best thing to do is for the big picture. Okay, let's keep going, partner. So much. Okay, that's great.
No queen.
Plus, also another thing with this is that there's no engine. So like all of the learning, I guess, so to say, is what we do it on our own. We don't get to study an engine. Or
yeah, there's no engine that are better than the top players currently.
Sorry?
There's no engine that is better than the top players currently, I don't think.
Yeah, so that's why it's like
which
really
could probably
cool.
be.
But I like that. I like that
Yeah.
a lot. Is that we didn't get to study from an engine the way that chess players do, so the learning process was different for us. So that's why it's kind of cool also to try and like communicate what we learned on our own to you guys through these episodes. Pawn is really good. Pawn and knight. Thank you. I'm letting him play f6, which is fine because I can take it. Otherwise, I would have done pawn at f6 myself. But I'm hoping if he takes, then I get knight at f6, which is a little bit better than knight at h6. Well, actually, they're both the same thing. They're both really good. Just because it attacks the queen.
Trades are good here.
Mm-hmm. Do I like chess 960? I don't really play it that much. Trades are good for you. I'm probably going to be mating soon. But you can still like...
Okay, that's
trades.
good news. That's good news. I don't mind that. It's okay if you don't get me trades if you're mating.
Mm-hmm. That's another coordination thing, is sometimes if you're mating, you don't really need to worry about your partner's board, especially if you have time. If my partner was downtime and I don't have like a clear mate and my partner's going to get in trouble, then maybe I would have to trade for them before I continue my attack. Yeah, well, like it's not even just theory, but also like we don't really have, there's no books either available right now that are better or give like advanced strategies. I feel like this show that I'm doing actually, which is kind of like why I find it so cool as well, is this is like the first time it's really being shared, like really top advanced sort of strategies. Like my partner and I are discussing with you guys right now. I don't really think there's a book with this in it. So we learned this all on our own. We're sharing it with you guys. We didn't learn this from books. We came up with it on our own. Like we're sort of like the people who came up with these things, which is why it's so cool. And we learned it from each other. We came up with it on our own. And what we came up with on our own, we shared with each other through either literally like being like, hey, let me teach you this, or through playing against each other and learning from our losses, learning from studying each other's games. Like literally that's how we've learned how to play this game, is just that. We didn't get engines, we didn't get books. We learned on our own, which I think is really cool. All right, I'll take this.
Rook mates.
There you go. But I'm going to hopefully also write some books at some point. But I think that these episodes are also valuable. And I'm going to basically, what I say in all these episodes, I'll write into like a more polished version of a book one day, is my idea. So I'll take what I've said here and put it into a book. All right, free bishop, free bishop. Okay, I'm gonna play fast.
The pawn gets you a free bishop. If you want another free bishop.
Okay.
What do you think, Arne?
We are down time, is what I think.
I think you might.
I played a little slowly. My bad.
Okay. What do you recommend here?
Queen E3.
Queen E3.
Mhm. Okay, pawns are good for me. Can you get me a couple pawns?
Yeah.
Okay. I might sit for them. Might sit it down just a little bit. All right, there we go.
Sit it down just a little bit. Okay. Queen comes. Queen comes.
Oh,
Watch out.
checkmate.
Yes, you gotta coordinate when the big pieces come. Always.
Yes,
Important.
coordinate when the big pieces come. That's what we said. There's an example. Yes, it's good to show examples too of all the things we're talking about.
No queen. No queen. Okay, now.
I feel like a lot of ones that have to do with coordination and time come up pretty often in games, so I'll get some examples for you guys. So right now I might try and do the whole like edit H5 idea. So here, look, I have the example of this attack. I mean, right now my queen's hanging, so I don't know if I can do it right away. So yeah, he's trying to defend it. I'm just gonna like repeat, take, maybe bishop f6 after. He's gonna go rook g.
Okay, I'm gonna sack everything to get an attack on G2 here. Okay, sit.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I have 2 mate threats, and my partner can get me a knight.
That's correct. I am attacking a knight. So even though I have an amazing like sort of attack of my own, my partner is faster. So I'm changing the idea of maybe playing knight to g7 or something like that to trying to get the knight for my partner, which I'm going to do by playing bishop at b5. So I changed plans of attacking on my board to getting my partner the piece that mates for them. So that's a good example of coordination. And since we are up time, we can sit, and my partner can sit and wait for the piece. Grab tack. I don't. we don't have music for this show, but maybe I could get like some sort of soft instrumental in the background one day if you guys really want it. But I usually don't play music on my streams. If you guys are enjoying this content, by the way, feel free to follow me on my main channel, twitch.tv/helmsknight. I put it in the chat for more content like this. I also play standard chess, so all kinds of variety over there. Oh, I didn't even read what you said, Graptech. I didn't realize that you said. Oh my gosh. Funny, funny, funny. I misread what you said. I thought it was just spelled correctly. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have played knight at f4 one move earlier there. Slightly better, but this is still fine. Pawn h3, attacking g2, one of the most commonly attacked squares. Okay, pawn's good. We're up time, so I'm going to sit for it. My partner's going to sacrifice a bishop for the pawn. It was good for them to do that move anyways, though, because just taking away those sort of attacking pieces is good so that they don't get some sort of light squared attack.
No bishop.
Okay. Like 2 pawns would be kind of good, maybe for like pawn at g3 and pawn f2.
Oh, you can sit. We're up time. You can just sit.
I can also play my bishop
It's important
outside.
sometimes to sit when you're up.
Sometimes it's good to sit when you're up if you want trades. you can take advantage of that too. Even if it's not like a specific piece you want, you just want like a little bit more material in general. If you're up time, you can sit for it.
I'll get you some pawns.
Thanks. Oh, does he have knight at e2, partner?
Yes, mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. He didn't see it. It didn't happen. It's all
I was trying to get
in the
you.
past.
Okay, it's all good, yes.
It's all
I need to get you another pawn, though. I need to get you another pawn.
downtime. I'm thinking of another move I can play. I don't really think there's anything else I want to play. I'm just going to play pawn here.
Oh, no, mistakes were made, partner.
Wait, what mistake? Oh, you just hung your rook. Funny. Okay, pawn's pretty good, partner. I might just like promote here. Just gonna take
I was looking at my partner's fantastic position. I got distracted.
Thank you. Too kind.
That's my excuse.
That's your excuse. Okay, I'm gonna just check. Take that.
Okay, can you sit?
So now, the reason I wanted to bring my bishop up first is so that I could bring my king to f8 after he goes pawn at f7.
Okay, definitely no queen.
Definitely?
Yeah.
We're up a lot of time.
That is good. Okay, I'm gonna show the viewers how to get safe from a castle's position this time.
All right, show them.
Yes. First, you hang your pawn on e4. But it's okay because you get safe. Okay, it's good now. This is how you get safe.
Nice. Well done. I want like I'm in a bit of trouble. Can you get me like a rook?
Okay, you queen. Okay, I joke around too much. Okay, whoa. You need a rook, okay.
I don't know what I need. I probably should have said sit to you a while ago and just like tried to defend myself.
You're so safe. You can always run to e7, right?
Yeah. I need to find a way to get an attack then. I need like pawn for h2.
Okay, I sack pawn on f7. I sack rook on f7, I mean rook.
Oh, check. Get ready. Okay, give me the pawn. Thank you. So here, my partner raised a brilliant point is that I could just run to e7. Because now I have a threat. I have the initiative. Because my opponent can't attack as quickly as I can.
Queen mates now.
Putting my king on e7, even though I lose material, there's literally no actual attack from my opponent in this position. My attack is faster. So I get the initiative by sacrificing that. The idea here is I can place a pawn on e5.
Give me that queen.
Oh, queen mates? Okay. Sorry. Did not hear it.
Are you mating?
Like a pawn's good.
Okay, let's think of what I can do then.
Maybe bishop at h5. It's an idea. Then you could take on g7 or take on g3.
Take on where?
Either take on g7 to threaten some stuff, or you could take on g3 with the queen to get safe.
Okay. I kind of want to mate him, though. What if I go, like, rook e7, and then knight g6, and then win his queen? That's mate for you?
Doesn't he just take with the bishop?
Then I can take his queen, at least, right?
How? Oh, yeah. That's an idea. Okay, yeah, do that. Bishop at e5? Oh, maybe bishop at e7 is better. Bishop at e7, knight at d4, and he's getting mated.
Oh, just give me the queen, mates.
Oh.
It's okay, alright, mate.
Funny. Okay. Oh, gosh. Alright. I learned 3 things from this series. Play fast, partner, chicken, and smile. That's funny. Play fast. At least you got that one. I'm glad. Alright. I'm gonna trade maybe here. Queens? Okay, yeah, you get a queen. You get a queen. He brings his knight somewhere. Okay, here I just go to d7 because I don't want to allow knight at f5. I'd rather go to d7 so he can't really attack me without me taking this knight. Gives me a little bit of initiative. So I'll attack the knight and specifically do it on e5 so he doesn't get knight at e5 himself. I do. So my channel is twitch.tv/helmsknight. If you want to follow me there. Alright. Block. We're up a lot of time, which is good. Gives us a bajillion advantages, as I have explained. Being up this much time in a top level game is practically like just losing the game. That's just how important time is at the top level. Is that being up this much time, you can just take such advantage of it that it's just like hopeless to try and win unless your position's not too bad. Then maybe there's for sure some chances. Don't resign, but it's gonna be really hard if you're down this much time. Trades are good.
If one person has initiative, yeah.
Yeah, if one of your opponents has initiative and you're down this much time, it's just like very hard to recover. So you need to drop a pawn on d2 here. But then I'm going to play pawn at e2 and get some advantage if he takes with the bishop. Oh, well, he can't do that. So here I just have mate in 3. But my other idea, which I'll explain after I checkmate him.
After you checkmate him, you're going to explain it? Okay.
Yeah, so, because it was a different idea. If he had played the right move, which is pawn at d2, I'd play pawn at e2. If he takes with the knight, then I can drop pawn on c2. Start creating an attack there. If he drops here, I drop pawn on e2, he takes with the bishop, then I've got knight at c7 ideas, and that will be my attack. And then maybe if he goes to d1, I could drop a queen on e1, takes with the rook, then knight takes e3, pawn takes, knight at I'll take e3, f takes, then knight at f2 would be mate, a smothered mate. So yeah, there's a lot of ideas there. There's other ideas too. And if he goes the other, I think it's just mate in 1 with queen e1, right? So yeah, I'll be mating him. So I don't mind this, even though I get a little bit of less safe with my f7 square being open. Now I castle, so I'm totally fine. It's nice to have your f square actually open, because then queen e7 here provides some coverage of g7, and also your rook gets the half open file if they let you move your f pawn. So that's why moving the f pawn, or especially capturing it and then being able to castle, will be really good. But yeah, I was saying I didn't mind because he had to move his knight 3 times to attack, so I get development, like I get to develop my pieces faster than him. So I get, even though I am ever so slightly less safe, it's not really less safe because I could just up to f8, or even just take if he tries to sack on me and doesn't get pieces, if I coordinate well. So it's just bad for my opponent. They get down in development. So right here, technically, if we were playing a really top level game, my partner might say sit to avoid like pawn at h3 or knight at h4 ideas, just because it's slightly a positional sort of strategy to say sit to avoid your opponent getting pieces that could improve their position. But since we're up so much time and we're playing a lower rated team, you might not hear us like taking advantages of things like that, though we probably should, just because it's a good example of coordinating. But yeah, a lot of the time, if we're playing and we're just up so much time, you don't really, like, I'm probably just going to win. If my partners were ever to get into actual trouble, he could just sit and I could win on my board with the amount of time that we're up. So that's why he's maybe not caring enough to say that, because it doesn't matter. Like, if you're up so much time, like I said, time is just so important that if you're up so much time, sometimes your partner doesn't even need to worry about being attacked, which is kind of nice. Like, your partner can just kind of like go on a vacation, so to say, or play whatever moves they want to and just trade for you and sort of like sacrifice their position or play risky because they can get away with it since you have a good position and you're up on the clock.
Yeah, I saw trades were good for you, so I
yeah,
thought
so it didn't matter if you play like whatever, because I'm just up so much time, and since trades are good, you don't have to care about playing super safe or like super accurately. It doesn't matter as much because I'm
Okay,
just
hold
gonna
it.
win
Hold a
anyways.
knight here. Hold a knight.
Okay, hold my.
Okay, bishop or pawn is really good here.
All right, you get. So here, my whole idea is to do that whole attacking pawn and g7 idea. So pawn's good for me now.
Yeah, like a lot of times you can wait for pieces to win material also, not always just to attack.
Yeah,
which
that's
some people overlook.
very important. Like I kind of mentioned positionally, that sometimes people don't realize that they can sit or tell their partner to sit to get a positional advantage. But you raise another fantastic example, is that you can also tell your partner to sit just to win material. Like let's say my partner wanted a pawn so that they could win the queen. You can tell your partner, hey, get me the pawn or whatever, and then sit for it. So that way you're taking advantage of winning material as well. So you can take advantage of winning material. You can take advantage of positionally improving your pieces on the board. And you can take advantage of course, just like getting a piece that's good for attacking or defending.
Okay, rook mates here.
And you can also do it in reverse too. If your opponents want to try and take something so that they can attack your queen or win a piece or whatever, you can, if you're up time, you can tell your partner to sit so that they can't get that piece.
Okay, don't trade now.
So it's not just positional. It can also be like for material advantages.
Okay, maybe hold a blocker is good because we want him to go to g2. Okay, go. Rook mates.
Oh, rook mates?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just get this. Oh, whoa.
Actually,
I'm getting myself mated.
I have mate actually. It's okay.
Oh, nice. Yes, so I'll just go over the rules again really quickly for those joining in. This is doubles chess. It's a variant of standard chess played on 2 chessboards by 4 players in teams of 2. Normal chess rules apply, except that captured pieces on one board are passed on to the teammate on the other board. As captured pieces are passed to your teammate, they have the option of using any available passed pieces on their board on empty squares. And available passed pieces are displayed on the side margin of the board. As for rules with pawns, you cannot drop them on the 1st or 8th rank. Other than that, you can put them anywhere. So you could drop them on the 7th rank and then promote them in the next turn, for example, if you're white. So yeah, let's continue. Hey, Ruja. So queen's coming? Probably should have said that a little sooner.
A bishop is good.
Okay, maybe.
Or actually, even anything is good. Like a pawn is good. 2 pawns probably mate.
Or like a knight's good for you. Oh, yeah, a couple pawns mate too.
Pawn.
Coming. Forking the pawns.
Oh, okay. I don't even need a pawn.
So now, like, I'm just playing moves just to get up time, not even worrying.
Yeah, we
about
won that
blocking.
game due to coordination, basically.
Yeah, we won this game due to coordination. And at the end there, I was just playing moves so that I could eventually get my partner more trades, not worrying about my position being good. So I'm playing for their board, which is another sort of coordinating thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's another. Okay. All right. Are you seeking? Oh yeah, we're seeking. Okay, I was just worried it wasn't seeking for a second because it's taking a second. Alrighty. Playing fast is so important. You guys are seeing why.
As long as you have the helmsknight skills, then it's okay. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you gotta, like I said, learn how to do everything, then worry about speed a little bit later. But you should still keep time in mind. Like, don't just not worry about speed. Play as fast as you can. But, like, all the smaller sort of, things that you can take advantage of, like inaccuracies and things like that, maybe will come a little later, like as you can take more and more advantage of being up time. Is when you can play faster, and when you can play faster is when you are sort of like getting an understanding of all the fundamentals a little bit before that. All right. I'm going to knight at d4 because if he takes, then I get rook takes queen. And then here I can actually sacrifice a rook and take on c2. You also sometimes want to just tell your partner when a queen's coming for them, not just when you're giving a queen. So I could have said right now queen coming, but since I'm mating, I'm mating, so I don't really, and I looked at my partner's board and I see that a queen's not really going to make a huge impact on their game, so I thought just to not say it. You don't, if it's really not necessary, you don't have to communicate it. Just like 99% of the time, you probably should.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some higher rated opponents here. That'll be good for showing some examples. Alright, no knight.
Yeah, I'll try to coordinate a little bit more.
Can I get a knight, actually?
What?
Okay, never mind.
On? Okay.
No, just don't trade.
Okay, it's hard. But I have a good position.
Okay. My position is not too bad. Pawns are kind of bad. Okay, now everything's pretty fine. So I can't take because otherwise knight at e3. I guess I could have taken that bishop. Okay, now I will. No bishop.
Okay, I can sit if you want me to sit.
I'm good. Oh, he actually has knight c7 here. Okay. No bishop, no knight. Go. Yeah, we're unfortunately down a little bit of time. Should play faster.
Yes, I was slow. Okay, we got
No. It's me. I think it's me. I'll play faster next game. Alright. No, just no knight. You can go.
Yeah, probably no queen.
Okay, if you hold a knight.
You can get a whole bunch of stuff when you want it.
Yeah, I will if you just hold knight.
Okay, so just make like you get like a queen plus rook plus knight when you want it.
So since we're up time, we're gonna try and checkmate our opponents here. Because honestly, only being up this much time, since this is a bit of a higher level game, I'll show you an example of why being up literally only, how much time are we up? Like 7 seconds? Can like win the whole game.
Yeah.
In saying that, I better actually do that.
Yeah, it's forced mate. Maybe not forced.
Yeah, no, not really. Not after that move. Not on my part, but like on his. Okay, I just want like a knight in a row. Okay, go. Oh, no, don't go. Oh.
I went.
I should have said sit. I didn't think he was going to go that way. I thought he was going to take on d2. Here, I would want him to not get a blocker, but unfortunately he will sit. So I'll show you guys an example of how you can sort of like win this here. So here he's going to go to d2, and then I'm going to take on c2, and I threaten taking on d3.
You're also getting a knight for c1 if you need it.
Actually, I have a better idea than this. If he goes to d2, I'm just going to mate into d2, just bishop h5, force him to play f3 his only move, and then queen at f2 after my partner takes twice on e8 will be mate. So I'm coordinating all this in my head and coming up with a plan and telling my partner.
Very nice.
Thanks. And I'm telling my partner so he knows what the plan is, which will be to take on e8 twice.
Yes. We're coordinating better. Strong.
Yes, coordination. It's so strong. And look how we're up time and how it makes such a big difference, especially at the top level. You can see like more, what's the word I'm looking for here? At the top level, I mean, obviously it's important at every single level equally with like winning the game. We can utilize it the same way each time, but you'll see higher quality moves at the top level and how even with those higher quality moves, time is so important. You get to see a little bit, okay, yeah, after he moves, you can do it.
G4 novelty, maybe.
G4 novelty. Okay, so he went that way. He went the other way. That's funny, but obviously it would still be just like mate in 3. So that's fine. Yeah, but at the top level, what was I trying to say? Let me say it now that we're not in a time scramble, so I can explain it better. But At the top level, you guys can see some examples of some like higher quality ways that your opponent are going to be trying to not allow you to use that advantage, but how you still basically can use that advantage. So it's kind of like you're going to have to see like about being a little more accurate with your moves, because your opponent might do a better job of trying to avoid playing like they're going to play higher quality moves to try and stay safe and such when you're using time for your advantage. So it's kind of cool to get some like high quality examples is what I'm trying to say. We probably should have tried to post rematch with them. Yeah, because like if we play against higher rated opponents, you guys can see like some pretty like higher like the accuracy is going to be higher with the moves played on both sides. And it's important to know, because if our opponents are playing, if they're playing the best possible defensive move on the board, let's say it still is not going to work in the long run, like if you're up time, right? But if they're playing the highest, like the best possible defense, you got to know how to break that defense, which is why it's cool to have these like higher quality moves on the board. Rookmates, I'm going to sit for it. Higher quality moves on the board so that you guys can see us showing you examples of how to break the best possible defenses. How to break through that, right? Because if their opponent's not really defending well, then it's kind of easy to know what to do. But if your opponent's playing the best possible move, it's harder to find what to do. So that's why it's good to get these examples for you guys. My partner is
I'm trying to get this
trapping the rook. You're trying to get the rook, I see. You're doing a fantastic job.
I'm actually not doing so well. He has like, maybe I need a blocker.
Oh, hard.
Maybe another blocker, pawn.
Just play F5.
This is not how you force a rook, maybe.
Okay, just drop anything. It doesn't matter what you drop.
Pawn to G6. I want a pawn for G6, maybe.
No. Just drop a rook there. Go.
Yeah, okay.
Pawn would be good for F7 for me. Pawn and obviously knight mates or rook mates. But since I don't have these things, what should I do? I will do bishop at F8. Okay, that's just mate. Can't go that way, buddy. Can't go that way. All right. Nice. Trying to attack G7. I'm just gonna kick this.
Knight is good here, so I'm gonna coordinate.
This knight so I can go.
I want to play pawn on E7, and a good knight's gonna be good then.
Here you go. Give a check. He can't really block. Okay, he blocks the queen. I can do check, takes. To get a check in, I can just block if I get it.
Yeah, I agree about the small positional coordination, which sometimes people don't do.
Yeah. It's people don't realize they can take advantage of that, and how important it is to do that. So like 2 rooks are bad here, but I don't really think my partner's gonna give them. Can I have a knight?
Yes, coming.
We're down time.
I'll make it very non-obvious. I'm trying to think his knight. Okay, good.
Very not obvious. Just gives you a knight. All right.
Bishop at A4. My plan was very tricky.
Funny. All right. Just no no rook. Okay.
And no block.
That is mate.
Science. Good.
Nice. Okay. Let's seek new opponents. Here we go. How do you do doubles? Never seen it on stream. You playing both boards? No, I have a partner. My partner's playing on... He's Chicken Crossroad. He's across from me here on the board. You can see right here. How to play... Okay, how do I... Okay, so how to play is you have 4 players in teams of 2. So I'm partnered up with Chicken. My opponent, Botu, is partnered up with Yellow Moon. And whenever I capture a piece from my opponent, I pass it to my partner, and they can use it on their board on an empty square, and it counts as their turn. It's pretty cool. So you're kind of like reusing pieces, and then any piece my partner takes, automatically it gets passed to me, and I can use it on my board whenever I want. You can place and drop checkmate. Pawns can be dropped on the 2nd and 7th rank, just not on the 8th. And 1st, you can drop them anywhere on the board. Any rank except for the 1st and 8th. So you can't, like, auto-queen a pawn is the sort of only rule there. Yeah. So here you can actually
Knightmate.
too. Knightmate's coming. I'm going to get it. So we're up a lot of time, so I'm going to get my partner a knight by forking these 2 knights here. I can forget about needing to stay safe, really, because my partner's got mate too. Yeah, we're changing the name right now to something that people would kind of understand just by hearing it, rather than, because if you hear Bughouse, a lot of players won't really kind of understand what that means. But with doubles chess, you get a bit, just right off the bat, a little bit more of an idea of what the game might be, because it's doubles, so it means you have a partner, right? Like tennis, so to say. So yeah, it's just like a bit more, like for understanding reasons. Yeah, exactly. So, in about 40 minutes for the last... Oh, wait, whoa. Actually, that's a lie. We started the stream at 5. So, in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I'm going to be partnering up with all of you for the last 45 minutes of the stream. So, if any of you would like to try playing this game... If you've played it, if you've never played before, this is your chance. Also, if you have played before, any level of player, you're welcome to play a game. And I'll be partnering up with you guys for a couple games. So just let me know your chess.com username, put it in the chat, and then, yeah, we're going to be doing that. Ooh, this is an interesting position. For me.
Bishop is good. Queen is
Light
good.
squared advantage.
Trades are good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting you rook if you give me bishop.
Yep, coming. It's forced. So my partner's waiting for a piece to just win some material. Yeah, and partner, if you have anything else you want to add too in our last like 20 minutes, 25 minutes here, do let me know as well, because there's so much to say. It's hard to cover it all in one episode, but I feel like we've done a decent job at explaining quite a lot of it.
So, okay, yeah, that's a good queen there.
All right, cool. So I'm going to take here so that I can take it. Oh, yeah, no, that's not me because the bishop's covering d1. This rook at d1 would be me. Here, I'm going to go knight at h4. Attack the bishop. If he drops a knight to defend, it's bad because it would just be mate if he captured back.
Here's a queen plus a knight plus 2 knights. Maybe that mates.
Yes, that should do the trick.
Yes.
Oh,
Look over my
G5
partner's
novelty. G5 novelty.
Oh, nice. Splendid.
What are the symbols in partner chat? What are the symbols in partner chat? I'm not sure what you mean. If you're talking about the buttons that you can use to communicate with your partner, there are buttons here. So although I'm talking with my partner in call, you can also play without call because there's buttons that you can click to communicate certain things, like to say if the piece is bad or good. So those are all there as well. And if you just hover your cursor over them, it'll tell you what each one is basically for in case you can't make it out with the symbol. So here I'm going to try and get a dark square advantage. I'm going to ask for a pawn. I'm just going to drop a bishop here. Start trying to get in. Knight at f7 is a good idea. Oh, sorry, knight at f2. I'll bring my knight so I can bring it up there myself. Knight's good. Down a little bit of time. I could probably play the move.
Here's a knight, here's a knight, here's a knight.
So my partner got me the knight. Clearly, the opponents are not coordinating well by allowing me to get this knight. So rook is going to be good. I'm going to start trying to...
Here's a rook, here's a rook, here's a rook, here's a rook.
It doesn't mate, but it will be good. I'm going to try and kick the knight off of g3 when I can.
I'll just give that.
So here my opponent might want to go like pawn at g6 so that he can drop a new pawn on f7. I can't take here because of the whole pawn at h7 idea that I was talking about earlier in the stream. Okay, but my partner has made
Yeah, my opponent did not coordinate there. What's his problem? He could have waited for a blocker.
Yeah. So
Neither of them coordinated.
Exactly. Sometimes that's actually another one that we can bring up, is waiting for a piece to block a check with. Sometimes people don't realize that they should be doing that, or to block an attack with, not just checks. Sometimes you want to coordinate and use time so that you can get pieces to... it has to do with defense, obviously, is that this is a component of defense. But, yeah, to be specific with it, to use them as a blocker or as a way to prevent some sort of attack. So yeah, take advantage of it, guys. How do we join the queue? So yeah, if you want to just post your chess.com usernames in the chat, I will copy them down. But to do it, please at my username so that it stands out, because we've got a lot of messages in the chat. I might not see it otherwise. So just at helmsknight, so the at symbol helmsknight, and then put your chess.com username beside that. Type it out, and I will put you in the queue. So here we're up time, which is good. Rook mates. I don't know if I'm gonna sit for it. It looks a little hard to force.
Yeah, you can sit. I can force it.
All right, I sit for rook. See partner's expert rook forcing strategies. Oh, are you gonna entice him to play rook to f8 and self castle?
Maybe.
Oh, you're gonna do it this way. Nice. Oh, rook. Nice. Yeah, they did not coordinate at all, clearly, because he just played rook to f8, giving the rook very willingly so. So they must have not, his partner may have not said no rook. So please, that's another important thing of coordination, is let your partner know if a piece checkmates you. I actually notice, even though that's one of the more obvious ones that you should do, I would say, in my opinion, a lot of the time players actually don't even do that. They don't coordinate what pieces checkmate them. I would say that's the most important thing to do. Out of everything, let your partner know if a piece checkmates you, because that'll just be like the end of the game right away, right? Also, let your partner know if a piece mates for you to play against your opponent, to checkmate your opponent, because then that also wins the game, right? Going for checkmate. We're going for checkmate. That is the main goal of the game.
Most important ones.
Those are the most important ones, yeah.
But then there's also a lot of other ones, yes, correct.
Yeah, there's tons.
Discussed.
Yeah, no worries. Any level of play, guys, you're welcome to play, all right? It's okay if you've even never played the game before and have no idea really how to play yet.
Sit. I don't want to get the blocker for a second.
Yeah, so my partner is we're coordinating so you can't get a blocker.
They can go.
And here I'm going to get my partner like a rook to mate, or a queen to mate.
Well, it's not mating yet.
But I am assuming it will in the near future. So I got him the queen, because it looks like it's going to probably be mating for him eventually.
It's good, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yes. I'm seeing a lot of names in the chat. So, yeah, what I was trying to say is any level of play or experience, today you can play your first game, even. So, yeah. You guys don't worry about how well you play or how experienced you are. It's just for fun. And to get a couple games under your belt, why not? Plus, also, I'll try and give some tips as well if anything stands out of things that I think maybe could be valuable to let you guys know.
Okay, no queen.
I'm just gonna go knight at h6 here, try and get him to take, just so I can try and get some sort of attack. Because although your own knight on g2, g7, remember how I said knights are sometimes they defend your opponent, so you don't really want to drop. But
hold it rough.
Your opponent's own knight on g7 would be bad, so it doesn't go the same for their piece.
Okay, maybe I get a rook.
Mm-hmm.
Or no? Okay, never mind.
No, you're getting it.
Nope, no queen. It's okay. I won.
Okay. Take here.
No queen though.
Kind of hard, partner.
It'll be fine up soon. Go.
Unless you can hold rook. Can you hold rook?
Just go. It's fine.
No, I'm not gonna give it. Just hold a rook. It doesn't look like you're gonna give a rook, so that's why I've decided to do this instead.
Oh, he's getting a rook though.
He is getting a rook, so just go f6. And then you gotta sit. Yeah, sit. Because it'll mate me.
Yeah, I said.
If he goes knight at e2, I could just go to h2. Okay, go.
Like, tell me, I go?
Yeah.
Yeah. I should probably just... I can also be able to see your board and know when to go. But you also want to be on the same page as your partner, so...
Mm-hmm. So here I'm going to go knight at h5 to try and distract this knight. And then I could just recapture it.
Oh, you had mate, didn't you? Okay.
I had...
No,
I
you
did
didn't.
it!
You
I
didn't.
did.
No, you didn't.
No, I
You
didn't.
didn't.
I didn't. His rook covers g8.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, let me give you some stuff.
Give me
This looks
stuff.
helpful
Give
to
me
you.
stuff.
Yeah. So that was a positional like sacrifice, or not even just positional. I would say that was not. That was just like a straight up sacrifice for trying to survive. Is that the knight on g3 was very dangerous for me, so I decided I would sack my knight on h5. So he takes with the knight, then I can capture his rook without having to worry about getting mated on h1. And if he takes with the rook, then I can take the knight with check, and then that removes the piece that's trying to mate me.
Okay, now some stuff is good, like a rook or queen.
No, we're not, I'm playing with you as my partner. I'm not playing against you guys. So if you're putting your chess.com username into the chat, I will be partnering up with you on the Doubles for Dummies account after this. So we will be partners. Although teams are welcome to also match us if you want to do that. You could always do that too at some point. Sorry, what's the plan, partner?
Maybe just waiting for like a rook or queen. Yeah, if you force me some trades, I'm gonna make.
I think you should go knight at g2.
Knight g2, king f1.
Because then you have mate with rook at h1.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Good plan, partner. Good plan.
Come up with plans. See, coordination. You can come up with plans while you're sitting.
Yeah.
Prime example.
I still have other checks too. So
Yeah, you have like knight at g3, maybe. That's an idea. Maybe.
I feel like I could just go. It's not even worth sitting. We're just...
No, you can
Unless
sit.
the knight's bad.
Just sit.
I'm not going to sit down to the end, though.
I mean, we don't have to. It's funny. Oh, yeah, just go. Just go. Don't worry about it.
Don't draw.
I won't draw. I'm going to step to h1. Okay, here.
Have me.
Okay, cool. Oh, we're not going to do voice call, everyone, just because it'll take too long to set up because I'm only playing like 2 games with each person, so it wouldn't really make sense to try and set that up for every single person. It'll take too much time, unfortunately. But that is funny, though, the second half of what you said there. We're doing well, we're doing well. But yeah, if you guys have any last questions, especially for my partner here, feel free to put them in the chat now, since he'll be around for about another 10 minutes here. So, last minute questions. I'm just gonna grab this. Well, I remember too. Are we seeking? Not even. Oh yeah, we are. Okay, good. Just making sure. Pull up the game while we're waiting. I feel like I also got a new note on this here. Alrighty. It's taking a little while to get a game, isn't it? I feel like as soon as one of these, because everyone's in a game right now, I feel like the moment one of these games end, we'll just be jumped into a match right away. I don't have a question. The chessboard leaning against the wall in the background. What? Is that like a stereotype of chess streamers or something? To have a chessboard in the background? That's funny. Oh my gosh. Alright, here we go. So yeah, just trying to play fast.
No 2 knights. Okay, now. No
Pieces are
queen.
good. Like a pawn. Thank you.
Okay, pawn's good.
Here you go. Coordinating with my partner to tell him what
Knight,
pieces are
knight,
good.
knight.
Here's a knight. I also looked at my partner's board before he even told me that a knight was good, and I knew it was good because I could predict that. Oh, I was supposed to go to h6. I didn't expect him to go there, actually. This is fine. Where should I go?
Trades are good.
Okay, I'll trade for you.
Pawn.
I'll get you this queen. So yeah, just keeping a look on your partner's board just so that you can, you know, your partner doesn't even need it. Like, you can take the piece before your partner says it. That way you save more time. Because my partner couldn't know for sure if his opponent was going to take the pawn, which would allow knight at f3. But I looked at his board, and I just made the assumption in my head, okay, I'm going to get him the knight, even if he doesn't. Because it still looks like it'd be good. So that way I could save like a fraction of a second on the clock and take the piece before my partner even tells me he wants it. So that's why, another good reason why you should keep an eye on your partner's board, so that you can just be like on top of the game as fast as possible, like just on top of it, so you can save time and get up time, which we know time is so important. You can just sort of predict your partner's opponent's moves, so that way you can, because you usually don't want to ask for pieces as yourself if you're not 100% certain that you're going to need them, because it affects your partner's board, right? To sort of, they would have to maybe sacrifice their position to do it in some cases. But if I know that if I look at my partner's board and can sort of predict what's going to happen over there, then I can play to my optimal way of trying to get them the pieces I think they're going to need in a way that won't sacrifice my position.
Knight's good here.
Sorry, in a way that won't sacrifice my
If you
position.
hold a knight, no knight, no knight.
I feel like you said by saying it. I hope you guys heard me. But yeah, just playing it in a way so it doesn't sacrifice your position. You can sort of make better moves rather than not paying attention to your partner's board and then having to sacrifice your position once they say something's good. You want to kind of coordinate your boards a little bit more accurately.
Oh, knight came, partner.
Oh, did you say no? Sorry. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm going to make a rook mate. Maybe. Okay, yeah, rook mates. Except for it. Because we're up a lot of time. Yeah, and oh, that's actually a really good example too, is be specific with your communication. Instead of just saying rook good, say rook checkmates, rook mates. I feel like that's something that even I sometimes forget to do. Is I won't be specific with it.
I get you rook for checkmating your opponent.
Exactly. My partner's going to know that it's urgent and that he should sacrifice his position if it mates. You know? Like, sometimes you want to say, like, sometimes if a pawn is really good, instead of saying, like, pawn really good, you can say, pawn good, sack for it. Because really good sometimes isn't, like, is it good enough to sack for it? Like, it's really good, but, like, I don't know really what really good means. There's different levels of really good. You know what I mean? So instead, just be like, pawn good, sack for it. Like, tell your partner when it's worth sacrificing for the thing that you're asking for. Like, you know?
Tell him mates him.
Mates him, partner, mates him. So, yeah.
Good job, partner. Good job.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks.
What openings are good? All right, so in general, some opening tips. I'm not going to go over specific lines right now. I'll save that for another episode. But opening tips, don't push your F or C pawns. Don't do it. Opening tips are, like, you know, just regular chess sort of strategies of developing your pieces and such. In general, some good openings is like E4, E5 and the London system are good lines for just like in general. If you want some lines to learn, then I would say start with those two. Learn how to play E4, learn how to play D4, specifically the London system. I think those two openings give you a ton of variety of positions that are good to learn how to deal with, because you'll see them come up in a lot of different situations. So you want to know how to play both of those lines as a good way of getting experience dealing with different situations. A lot of the time, if you're playing e4, e5, you might get sacrificed against more often than if you're playing d4, and it's good to know how to defend against sacrifices. So switch up the openings between those two, I'd say, is the first ones you should learn. Don't learn anything else. Like, learn those two first, then experiment with finding something that maybe you prefer as that goes with your style. That's my advice. That's my personal opinion. So here I'm going to try and get in on the light squares. I'm sort of attacking h7 and threatening to go pawn at e6. I'm going to go pawn at e6 here, sacrifice the bishop just to get some attack here. Then maybe we can bring the bishop to h6 now. And then I'm also threatening to drop a pawn on e6 at some point. So here he's going to block there. It's a very valid move, actually. So I'll go e4, just, try and break apart his pawn structure more. If he takes my knight, I just take with the bishop to avoid knight at f3. So here.
No knight. No knight. Yes. No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, so I'm in a little bit of trouble, but you're mating, aren't you?
Knight mates.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, just 1 second. After this game. 1 moment. Just need to quickly check something. Okay, let's continue. Got time for a couple more games before I start partnering up with you all viewers in chat. I'll go sort of, I don't actually know if I wrote down the usernames in order. Let me scroll and see if I can see that. Okay, casters first. Right? No, Reckless is first. Okay. Okay, I did have it in order. Okay, cool. Yeah, no problem, guys. All right. Yes.
No queen.
Yeah, I think that's an episode that I should do soon, is how to play e4 and d4. We should start off with the most important openings as a starting place, I think.
Knight's good.
Knight's good? Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty. That would be different. Like, Fisher Random Bughouse would be very interesting, too. Oh, sorry, I just was supposed to take the knight. That's why I canceled the pre-move of bishop takes h6. My bad. But knight's going to be really good for me as well.
Okay, let me play. Actually, pawn is good, too. Give me that knight now, yeah. Pawn is good.
I might have mate.
Pawn mates.
Let's see what he takes that with. Oh, I guess, no, I don't have mate. You want what, pawn?
Pawn mates, yes.
Okay. Oh, resign. They probably could have sat there. They didn't need to resign. We were down by 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes don't resign until you're certain that you really need to.
Although I was getting you queen.
True. But I think if that was like a game that we were playing against some top players and we were on their position, we wouldn't have resigned.
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't have resigned even if you and I were playing it, like, in their position. I would have kept trying. Because, as we know, being down a queen isn't the end of the world, actually. And if the time's even, sometimes you can bounce back. My cats are just like crying.
Okay, let's coordinate.
Coordination is strong. Okay, knight's kind of bad. It's not that bad.
Coming.
Let's go queen d2 to attack the knight if he drops knight at f4. Alright, since he's gonna let me do this, I'm gonna go knight at h5, attack g7, also threaten to take here.
Oh, free knight.
That's a free knight. And then I also cover f4, so it's a multi-purpose move. It's a defending move and an attacking move. Multiple attacks, actually. Attacks g7 and f6. Pretty awesome. So here, I'm going to go knight at d5. Because if I take and he takes, then I got knight takes f6. That's mate. I guess maybe I could have done knight takes f6 right away. I'm not too sure, actually, on that one. This is fine.
Alright, queen mates.
Coming. You get. Hi. Why are you so sad? Cats haven't seen me in a couple days, so they're kind of needy. Don't mind this, viewers. Hello. Alright. Yeah, let's play one more game and then I'll partner up with viewers. Hello? Oh my gosh, that was so sad.
No queen. Okay, we play well.
Mm-hmm.
I feed you pieces to mate.
Okay, don't lick my face, please. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna take this free pawn. Is that a Russian blue? No, actually. She's a Munchkin Scottish fold, and I'm not sure of the...
Oh, bishop.
The breed. Other than that, I don't know if she's like
Okay,
a
no.
Russian blue or mixed with that at all. All I know is that she's a Munchkin and a Scottish fold.
Hold trades. Oh, hold trades.
Okay, I can sit if you ever need me to.
Yeah. Okay, you're doing very well. Nice.
Thank you, Justa. I know, I'm so sorry that I haven't been here to give you attention. I'm sorry.
Okay, you can sit now.
Yeah, Scottish fold means her ears are permanently kind of like folded. And Munchkin means that her legs are shorter than they're supposed to be.
Oh, sit, partner, sit.
Oh,
What
sit?
are you doing?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear it.
Alright. I was like mating with a pawn.
No,
Bishop
you
at
weren't.
c2, knight e3.
Oh, knight e3.
Just mate with a pawn, but it's okay.
Wait, why couldn't you have gone to b3?
Okay, maybe. Okay, maybe I was incorrect.
I'm not sure.
Good point, partner. Good point.
Are you okay?
Okay, wait, partner. Are you gonna mate him? Bishop at d6 or something?
Should have.
I don't know, partner. I don't know.
You
Okay,
sit.
tell me what
You
want.
sit. You just don't move. Don't move. I have
I-
checkmate, partner.
I look at my
checkmate.
partner's chess skills. Yes.
I got some chess skills over here. Oh my god. My cat is just crying. I don't know how to help you. Alright.
Okay, you partner up with some viewers now.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me on this stream, chicken.
Yes, thank you. Good.
Alright.
Good.
Take care. Have a great day. Bye. Alright, guys. So I'm gonna partner up with all of you now for the last 40 minutes of the stream. I'll go in order from who to put their usernames into the chat, and if anyone still wants to join the queue, You can just put your chess.com username in the chat, and I'll partner up with you. I'm going to log on to the Doubles for Dummies account, give a spin on there. Oh my god, this cat is hilarious. Okay. There we go. Alright, so first up, we've got Reckless Fury. Just make sure I spell this right. Alright. We'll partner up. I can take my earphones out now. There we go. Fantastic. Alright. We cannot partner at this time. Are you logged into live chess, Reckless Fury? You're gonna have to be logged into live chess for it to work. Are you still there, Reckless Fury? Let me know, let me know. I have to give my cat some attention, guys. I apologize. Because I also have to leave after this, so she's kind of going a long time without me. When I first got her, I couldn't even leave her. There's all these rules about certain ages. Alright, try again? Alright. Partner. But now she's finally growing up. She's like almost 8 months old now. Alrighty, let's get him, partner. Let's get him. I believe in us. So my strategy sort of for partnering up with you guys is if you guys want to trade a lot of pieces, I'll put them to good use. So yeah, trades are good. That's what I tell any of my partners. I like a lot of trades. And then just, yeah, focus on, I would say, like, sort of the most important thing to learn how to do as a new player is learning how to defend. So focus on trying to stay safe. Try and stay safe. And of course, learning how to attack is also one of the most important things to sort of learn how to do at the beginning of the game. The boards are cut off. Thanks for letting me know. I'll fix that. There, they should be fine now. Alright, so here I'm just going to go queen to g2, cover h3. And then if I ever move my bishop, I kind of have this idea of attacking here. Just going to go knight at h4. No, he didn't, so I'll go here, try and kick the knight out. We're down a little bit of time. But, hopefully it won't be too bad. So I'm going to want to try and hold a bishop probably so my partner can run down to c8, which is a good idea usually for when you're safe, or he just didn't take it. That's kind of mating him. Knight at b5 takes c6. My partner's getting mated with knight at e5, pawn takes, knight takes after that. Here I'm just going to go, where am I going to go? I'm going to go maybe just king f1. I'm worried about knight at e4 if my opponent gets a knight if I go to f2. Well, I don't have a blocker, so this is tough. Alright, so I have a bishop, so I can actually drop a bishop now on d3. Can you calm down? So yeah. So here. Oh my gosh, can you not? So here, I will just, what could I even do here? So now I'll go king to e2 with the idea of maybe trying to double up my rook and queen here. It's a bit difficult though, so I might, I'm not sure actually. This is a difficult situation for me. I might just take the knight. I could probably go queen at c2, yeah. This is bad for me. I'll go rook at knight at d2. She's gonna go there. I can go king to c2 because my knight covers b1, but a knight's gonna make me. Do you want to go down now? Okay. So yeah, this is I'm probably gonna get mated here. Unfortunate. Yeah, thanks for explaining the rules here. Yeah, drop it anywhere on the board almost. Yeah, the only exception to that, okay, so he has the knight, so it just means me. The only exception to that is you can't drop pawns to become automatic queens. That's it. And you can't drop pieces on top of other pieces. It has to be an empty square. And it counts as your turn. So here I'm just going to try and play a little faster, adjust my strategy, play faster, play a little more aggressively. Try and get the initiative. So my partner's going to lose their queen, which is fine. He should take that, because otherwise he's going to get mated with pawn at d3 ideas. Oh, he's going to get mated. So pawn at d3, king f3, bishop g4, and like a couple pawns mate him, unfortunately. Or if just one pawn mates him. So he can go king f3, bishop at g4, king g3, and knight to h5 mate. So my advice to you here, Reckless Fury, is that when you're being attacked like that, you're going to want to just sacrifice the queen. Your king's safety is the most important thing. And when new pieces are getting dropped on the board, it's just so much more dangerous to move your king like that. So just don't worry about sacrificing a queen, because queens, although, you know, it's important and you don't really want to lose your queen in general, the priority is your king's safety. And also losing a queen, like in a game of chess, would just be game over. But losing a queen in a game of doubles chess, you can usually recover from it in a lot of cases. So it's not even the end of the world. So don't worry about losing your queen as much in a game of doubles chess as you worry about it in a game of standard chess. It's not as bad as it is in standard. That's kind of cool, is that losing a queen is not as bad in doubles chess. Hello? Just like crying. I can't remember, but let me read your question. In Bughouse, any promoted queen capture is still a queen for your partner, right? Incorrect. If you capture a promoted queen, it'll just be a pawn that your partner gets. So yeah. So my partner's doing okay. We're up time, which is nice. There's not really any major threat on my partner here. Hello? Yeah. Poor cat, I know. What's wrong? Super cute. Alright, so knight is going to meet my partner almost, or knight at g6. So I'm going to sit and wait till he's able to kick this knight away so he can capture an f7. So my partner is defending. My advice here is sometimes moving the h6 pawn is a little risky. You might want to prefer to drop a new pawn on h6 in a lot of positions. This would be an example of one. Sometimes it's fine to push h6. But a lot of the time, if you can drop a new pawn there, it'll be better. Not always, but a lot of the time. If you're weakening your light squares too much, then that would be like the main sort of reason of why you wouldn't normally push h6. But if you're in a situation where you're pretty safe, you can often get away with pushing h6. So I would just say, like, yeah, don't do it if it's going to weaken your light squares. It's sort of maybe the rule of thumb there. Like, weaken them too much, I mean. So my partner's done a pretty good job at getting safe here. I'm just going to bring in my new knight to f3 so I can take if he takes. With my knight, keep like threats on potentially sacrificing at some point. My cat is watching the game. So here, I'll just go bishop at e6, try and get an attack going. I think I need be a little bit mindful of not giving too many trades because it might hurt my partner. Takes on g2, I have to go rook g1. He has ideas like pawn at h2, but I think my attack could potentially be faster depending on the pieces that I get. So here, I just want to take here so I can threaten knight at g6. You can probably just take my knight at g6 takes, then recapture the bishop on e7 with the the knight on e7 with the bishop, because 2 pieces for a queen is actually not that bad of a trade. It's pretty equal trade almost, 2 pieces for a queen, where in normal chess it wouldn't be. Like I said, queen losing is not as bad. So in the same sense of remembering that, they're not worth as much as a drastic how do I explain this? They're in comparison to the other pieces, they're not worth as much of a bigger difference. that doesn't make sense. Their value in relation to the value of other pieces isn't as drastic of a difference. Like a queen is kind of worth closer to 2 pieces rather than in standard chess a queen would be worth like 3 pieces, like a knight and 2 bishops, for example, would be like the equal value of a queen, right? But in doubles chess it's a little closer to the same value as only 2 pieces. So it changes a little bit in that sense. I think I explained that a little more accurately. My partner's getting mated, unfortunately. I didn't notice that. Okay, partners sit. I'm going to try to win with the time that I'm up. I would have started this process a little faster had I realized it sooner. But we'll do our best. I'm going to try to... Can I castle? Has my king moved? Don't even 100% remember. I'd still say queens are as strong, which is why it's confusing. But I wouldn't say that they're... When it comes to comparison of value with other pieces, it's not as big of a difference, is what I'm trying to say. So my idea is to try and go bishop to b5. Take this queen. Rook to g7 maybe. e7. Takes. Check. Check. And I have mate. Nice, we did it. So yes, the importance of time. You can chess your opponent when you're up time. You can play your own little game of mini crazy house of chess, almost, because you're just playing on your own board. So yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, well done, partner. I think that was 2 games. So now I'm going to partner up with the next person on the list. Thank you for playing, Reckless Fury. Next up in the queue is Caster X Pollux. I think I spelled that right. Yes. Fantastic. Alrighty, so let's jump into a couple games here. But yeah, like the valuing in, it's like, I can't even explain it. Like they're still just as strong, like you can, well, like, maybe that's a lie. Maybe they are not as strong, and that's I'm trying to figure out why they're worth a little bit less in comparison to other pieces. And I think it is because, you know, because you have more pieces dropping on the board, you can defend against queens a little bit easier. But they're still definitely really strong, obviously, for many, many reasons that are similar in standard chess. So, yeah. Just threatening to take on c3. So here I'm going to go bishop at b7. Try and kick the queen out. Alright, I'll just castle, threaten queen takes f2. You might want to queen, if he queenside castles, then I have pawn take, bishop takes here. So here I'm going to go bishop takes b2, trying to trick him to move his rook to d1. Okay, that didn't work, so I'll go here, takes, check. Now bishop's good. Ask my partner for a bishop. So here I'll go pawn at f3, if he takes with the bishop, take with the rook, then I'm threatening to take on h3. Doesn't have queen d1, d8, because my queen covers d8. If he takes, then I have queen takes h3. If he doesn't take, then I've got rook takes h3. Oh, that's a free queen. Did he just drop it? Yeah, that's literally just a free queen. So here, what do I do here? Here I might just move my queen. He still can't take my rook because then I take on h3. Okay, I'm going to tell my partner to sit because my partner's getting into a little bit of trouble over there. So I want to try and see what I can do to help. So I might want to push like h4 here, my opponent, or something. It's kind of hard for my opponent to stop all the threats I've got going. So he's going to take this bishop, maybe check me, but then I just run my king slowly but surely away. So he went there like I thought he would. Then I'm just going to go g5, try and take anyways. Give my king a couple more escape squares for if he tries to check me on d8. Then I can run to g7 instead, if I ever want to. So it just takes. So he's probably going to move his king, and then now here I can just take here, and then I can maybe take on d3. Oh, sorry, e3. So here, just bishop check here is pretty much almost mate. He can't block it unless he brings the rook there. Then I just check, checkmate. So yeah, I would say that another important element, obviously, well, maybe it's not that obvious actually. Another important element that's important, well, I just repeated myself, is that you should work on your chess skill as well. It really translates into doubles chess, especially at the top level. That was the only way that I could eventually improve more. Was there became a point where I improved as much as I could without really learning chess that much. And then I was like, all right, if I want to improve and become a stronger doubles chess player, I need to improve my chess. So for reasons like this, where you want to chess when you're up time, and for reasons of just understanding the board from a new perspective, from a more theoretical, like chess fundamental perspective, helps improve your piece placements, your finding the correct like accurate moves. It just like a billion reasons chess helps your doubles chess, and we'll do a whole episode on why chess helps your doubles chess in the future, where I go into more detail. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of some of it. 1 second. Give me 1 second. So yeah, let's play one more game. Caster, very well done over there. Stayed safe, and you got a lot of material for me, and you kept moving quickly, so we were up a lot of time. Those are all really good habits to have. That's fine. I mean, chess is definitely, like, you don't need to be amazing at chess to be amazing at doubles chess, I think, because I didn't really learn how to play chess until later on. I learned doubles chess first and was still able to get to, like, 2400, which would be even higher, I think, here on this site, because I was on a different site before. But if you want to become, like, one of the world's best players, then you should probably, like, or even just, like, have, like, a good chess, like, a decent chess understanding will get you, like, pretty far. Plus, the more you play doubles chess, that also helps your chess in some sense, of course, as well. Like, tactically especially. Like, playing doubles chess can help your tactics improve in standard chess, because it's just such a tactical game. But yeah. Learning how to chess at a really high level is sort of more important when you're trying to become, like, a really strong doubles chess player. Like, it's not as necessary to be, like, I don't know, like a national master or some sort of master at chess if you're not looking to become, like, one of the top players, I would say. Like, you just need, like, a sort of good understanding of chess to improve a lot. You don't need to be the best at it unless you're, you know, trying to be the best, which is fun. Okay, I don't know if I explained that well, but yes, let me know if you need me to clarify. So my partner's in a little bit of trouble, but I'm going to try to create some advantages here. So I'm going to tell my partner to, we're not uptime actually, so this is going to be tricky. My partner's, like, almost mated. He needs to go to e8. King e8. Oh, that way mates him. Oh, yeah, because knight at b6 mates him then. I was going to try and type king e8. I didn't type it fast enough. Classing and doubles chess do not fit together. They 100% fit together. They go hand in hand more than people realize. Is that doubles chess is really good for improving your chess tactics, but chess even more so is good for improving your doubles chess. I'd say like no amount of chess is really going to make your doubles chess worse. But if you're trying to learn chess and you're playing too much doubles chess, like more doubles chess than regular chess, then that might not be fantastic. Like, you need to have some sort of a little bit more balance there. But with playing doubles chess, as long as you're still playing, like, not just, like, not playing and forgetting, then I think, like, there's no amount of chess that would be too much, because it's just so good for your doubles chess. It, like, just helps you become a better positional player because you're understanding the board more. Like, learning about, for example, just one example here, like, pawns. Learning about pawns in chess, you really break it down to the core. You learn about, like, why is it better to move center pawns? Why is it good to control the center with your pawns? Like learning about outposts for your pieces, you know, learning about holes in pawn structures and weaknesses and how pawns protect your king and how pawns are like you gotta be careful not to create too many like weaknesses. Like I said, basically, is sort of like a big thing with it. So a lot of that knowledge is something that's very, very true to chess. Like, you really have to know about that to become like a strong chess player, right? And getting to know that and then incorporating it, for example, with doubles chess, is then you just get better ideas of how to play positionally and like better ideas of where to place your pieces so that you can maybe have an outpost or something like that, right? Or like take advantages of light and dark squares. A lot of that has to do with pawns too. And this is just one example. Like there's many other things with chess that are very fundamental and very like true to the game, and it's the core of the game that you got to like kind of like build off of, like building blocks. Whereas with doubles chess, when you jump into doubles chess, like the first thing you need to know about isn't really pawn structures. You know what I mean? It's probably a little bit more with like defense and attacking, defending, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's why like at the top level especially, like these little things make a huge difference. So your chess knowledge of like the board, the position, very much like the position of it, and then also like being able to play, like if you're up on the clock and you have a better position than your opponent, knowing how to play the chess game without getting new pieces. Like your partner's like gonna get mated in one, so they need to sit. There's no new pieces that are going to be dropped on the board, so you need to know how to play chess in order to win that, right? Let's say you're up like just a knight. Like maybe if you don't have such a strong chess background, you won't be able to win the game in the time that you have, right? Like maybe like it won't be as natural as knowing what to do. So that's just a couple reasons as why chess and doubles chess really do go hand in hand. There's a ton more reasons. Like I said, I'll make an episode where I just talk about that. But I think I'll just give you a couple there since someone in chat posted a statement that I thought I'd give my opinion on. So yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons. So yeah, you guys are just gonna read chat for a quick second before we jump into the next games. Yeah, it's funny. Actually, some of the top players would play some doubles chess right before their chess tournaments. I know Wesley So did that a few times. I think he partnered me actually once before he jumped into like a match against Hikaru or something for some tournament, which was kind of funny. But yeah, like it's fine. It's totally not bad for your chess. But if you only play doubles chess and like don't play chess enough, like I think, you know, it's also your priorities. Like what are you trying to improve? But if you're trying to improve your chess, you should be playing more chess. Right? That's just kind of how it works with, I think, that. But I think doubles chess has a lot to offer for chess too. Like the way you think about the position and initiative, especially like initiative and like tactical thinking, is so present in doubles chess. And like practicing that and just having these positions like thrown at you all the time where you're confronted with needing to know that will definitely give you like a new view in your chess games as well. Like you'll be able to think a little bit more tactically in certain situations. Maybe like certain patterns will become a little more familiar to you and you'll like recognize a position quicker, or even just like maybe you wouldn't at all recognize like, oh, there's this idea here that I learned from playing doubles chess, you know? Like there's new ideas that you're gonna be able to sort of bring into the chess game. It improves your tactics. Like these are just a few examples of how doubles chess sort of also improves your chess rather than it only being the other way around. So yeah, next up, thank you for playing with me, Caster. Very fun. I'm going to partner up next with Josie. Okay, here we go. Partnership request. Yeah. Oh, do you play doubles chess before your tournaments? I mean, it's fine. Like as long as you're not just like only doing that. Like if you're playing one or two games, you know, it's not gonna make you worse at chess. Of course not. It'll only improve your chess if you have the right balance. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It can yeah. Because doubles chess isn't just about placing pieces on the board. Like a lot of the time, the tactics that are involved are not just only solely based off of placing new pieces on the board. Of course not, right? So here, I'll take that. This is a little bit dangerous. I'm gonna say no queen. Partner's like attacking a lot right now, so we'll see what I can do to help him with that. Which pawn at h6. Try and get my partner some pieces here. It looks like a knight's good for him for b3, so I'll give him the knight. Oh, I just got... Oh, gosh. Oops. That was a mistake on my behalf. I guess I'll have to move my knight and run my king up. This is real bad. I messed up here. I am, like, literally mated. Alright, so I just... blundered. My bad. I wasn't really 100% focused. Alright, let's, we go again. I'll give you a couple games because I just played some silly moves that game. Oh god, I thought I pre-moved taking g3. Okay, yeah, I apologize. This is just me probably getting a little bit tired, but that's okay. I will try to not hang my rook in the next game. I'm just gonna go knight to e4 here. I'll probably take, okay, if not, then I'll go knight to g5. You can't take because queen takes f7. Takes, I'm going to take here now. Queen takes, if he takes, then I have mate in 1. So I am pinning the queen to the king. So I'm still threatening mate in 1 if he doesn't do anything about it. He probably should go bishop to d7 here. Then I'll take the rook. And then he can't move his queen because I'll take the bishop on f8. My opponent is geeked. That is a term you might hear people say when it's like your opponent doesn't really know what to do. They're in a tricky situation with no real solution. Opponent is in trouble. My partner's opponent's in trouble too. So I thought he might do that. I just block. If he takes, I still have mate on e8. So those just joining in who are wondering how this works, this is doubles chess. It is all the same rules as chess apply, except that when I capture a piece, I give it to my partner. So we have 4 players here. We're in teams of 2. I'm partnered to Josie, and Eaglemorph is partnered to Seiya. Anytime I capture a piece, I can give it to my partner. They can place it on their board, and vice versa. You can't drop pawns in the 8th or 1st rank. Anywhere else is fine. And you can only drop pieces on empty squares. Yeah. So yes, that's that. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. So I'll play another game. Does anybody else want to play? I don't really think we have anyone else in the queue after this, so does anyone else want to play? Just send your chess.com username in, and I'll partner up with you. So just go queen to e2. I pin the bishop to the king. I can just, what can I do here? I'll just probably go bishop at h4, just cover f2. You can maybe just take though. Alright, here I will go king to f1, not d1, because then otherwise rook at c1 is a pretty big threat. I can just take d5. Threaten the queen. Put some more pieces on attacking the dark squares here. Thank you for the raid, Monkey Chess. Everyone just joining in, this is doubles chess. You have 4 players in teams of 2. Anytime I capture a piece, it goes to my partner, who can then place it on the board. Alright, it's a bit tricky. I think I might just take, and then bishop it. No, pawn it, bishop out. Alright, my partner has checkmate. Very well done, partner. Like spam, I'm like, whew. It's nothing too important. Alright, so we'll play. Does anyone else want to play? I didn't actually read. Because I'll just keep playing with my partner, I guess, until someone else puts their name into the chat if my partner wants to keep playing. My partner, feel free to also stop playing if you, whenever you're ready to as well. Other than that, we can keep playing until someone else puts their username in the chat, and then I'll partner up with them. We have time for a few more games, so feel free to jump in, guys, if anyone wants to play a couple games with me. And if you want to just, like, mention my username, that'd be helpful, too. Just, like, the @ sign and then helmsknight. Type that in the chat just so that I, it's a free night. So that I don't miss your message. So here, bishop would be good. Yep. I'm not actually too sure. I kind of want like a knight maybe. So go here, and if he takes, I have a knight at e2. I might just take here, knight at h4, then take the queen. So now like a knight's really good. So I'll just go to f8 because my pieces cover all the potential knight checks. So you always want to walk your king into the direction where your opponent won't have more checks. So here I can go here, which seems smart. Because then 2 pawns mate or a knight mate. So now, oh wait, no, actually that was a terrible move because now I let his king come out this way. So just go pawn to c5 to try and keep his king in the center of the board. Good move for him might be pawn at d6. Cut off my bishop from the c5 square. Here I might just want to, It's tricky. I kind of want to like, I'm not too sure actually. Might want to try and stay safe. I just messed up. I shouldn't have played this move. I should have kept his king here and waited for like a knight or a rook or something. Or like captured here and then like pushed it. Like there's a lot of other ideas, or just pawn at h4 too. But alas, we are in this situation now. So I will go where? Let me think. So I also want to stay safe. Queen is probably going to come for my opponent. Yeah, I'm actually like, this game is lost if they play correctly. So now I just have to try and make it difficult for them. Okay, maybe I'll play a funny move. Let me just go with some silly idea. So here, queen mates me, obviously. They're going to probably try and get it. No queen. I'm going to say no queen, no queen. I should have just done queen takes e5. So I'm assuming and hoping that my opponents just play the wrong moves here. Pawn at c5, 4. The funny idea is bishop f3 mates in 1. So I'm just trying to trick them at this point. And queen mates me, so they're going to be trying to get the queen. Just king b6 if rook at c7. So yeah, pieces are gonna mate me. Like a lot of pieces mate me. Everything mates me, honestly. It doesn't take anything. I'll tell my partner to sit. I'm going to pre-move king a6, assuming he's going to check me, hoping that he does at this point. Say no knight, no bishop. Alright, Yeah, so I was hoping my partner would play that move. So now my partner needs to sit, because honestly these pawns... Oh, the 2 pawns mated me too. Oh, actually no they don't, because I can still step here. And then I step here. After pawn at b5, he no longer has rook at a4. Cuts off the bishop. So the only piece that's okay technically for my partner to give is a pawn, which is what I just told him using the buttons. And win. So yeah, I just hoped my opponents would mess up, which they did. So don't resign. Like, even though a game is like totally lost, just don't resign. You never know when your opponents might blunder, which they did that game. They could have easily just traded the queen by force if they had tried a little bit more accurately there. So yes, alas, we have won the game. Nice, partner. Nice. All right, let's play another one. I think I have time for like one or two more. If you are down, Josie, if you are down. Just take the bishop. Bishop d3 takes is fine. Just bring the... this is actually good for me because after I take back with the pawn, I'm pretty safe. If I take here, then I'm threatening this kind of stuff. Drop to bishop, just take once, and then king, queen, f2 is fine. Here I'll go pawn at e5, start trying to threaten stuff with like pawn at f6 or pawn at d6. I'll just take that, and here I will play queen to f2. He's going to go knight at g4. I'm going to ignore that and go pawn at f6 and then take the queen. I'm more worried about him taking the pawn. I'd rather let him take with the knight on f2. It's a little safer for me than if his pawn was on f3. He might have like knight at h6 had threats to mate me if he gets a queen or a rook. Well, just a queen, I guess. Well, yeah. Queen. Just go here. Check. He doesn't really have a blocker. My partner has some good threats with bishop takes f2. To tell my partner to... Oh, they resign! Yeah. Taking advantage of the fact that your opponents don't have pieces to block with is something else that's really good with coordinating, is you can tell your partner to sit if they're up time. Remember I said this earlier, is that then you can take advantage of them not having a blocker. Just like you also want to make sure you ask for a blocker when you need it, right? If you're up time. This is why time is important. Another reason. Alright. Ooh, we got some strong opponents here. Just play our standard sort of London system here. Goes bishop to d6, and I can go pawn at e5. If he doesn't, then I just play the standard line here. Takes knight at h4 is fine. Then I can go knight at h5. Then I can go bishop at e5, attack g7 and c7 at the same time. Just really trying to take advantage of those dark squares is sort of something that you do in the London system. Here I'll go pawn at c3. Just try to create more threats to take. So if he's gonna go there, then I'll just... I think I'm gonna just let him take my rook. And I want to take this bishop. I'm too worried about my partner giving a queen. Oh, rook mates for my partner, actually. So we're down a little bit on the clock, but that would have been an idea otherwise. Would be to get a rook. So I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to say sit. Oh, okay, he moved. This is now not good for me, actually. But it's not the end of the world. It's just bad. So I'll go bishop at h6, try and create some immediate threats. So I'm pretty sure he's going to get mated here. I don't think he can get away with that. Yeah, you know he can't. Well, he can maybe just go to e8 and then... okay, just 1 second. I'm going to just try and give a check. If he blocks here, that's the correct move. Okay, go here. Oh, this is just... I should have just done this right away. I didn't realize I had knight h4. So yeah. He couldn't get away. Well, if he had maybe gone to king e8 and then just sacrificed the rook on g7 once and gone back to f8, maybe he wasn't getting mated right away, but my position would still be pretty good. How can you even think that fast? That's a funny question. Experience. Like I said, learn how to do everything first, worry about time a little bit less at the beginning. Then, once you learn how to do like the fundamentals and that sort of stuff, you can work on getting faster at it, which comes with experience and recognizing positions really quickly. So for me, I've been playing for years, played like over 100,000 games, and I recognize positions really quickly. I recognize patterns really quickly. So because of that, I know what to do really fast. And I've improved slowly at knowing how to do the different fundamentals, the different important like strategies. And yeah, just the more you practice, the faster you get at it, because you become more and more familiar with what to do. And when you're more and more familiar, then you can do it faster. It's basically that answer. Plus, also maybe it's also just a part of who I am. Maybe some people, I don't know. That probably plays into it too, to some extent. Is also just like, I don't know, your personal abilities. I'm sure play into the game as well. Yeah. Anyways, we're at the end of the show, people. So we're gonna be doing a raid soon to another channel. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this, and thank you again, Josie, for partnering up with me here at the end. We're gonna raid Alexandra Botez, so let's go over there, give her channel some support, see what awesome content she's putting out today. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh my gosh. Okay, yes. Let's go, guys. Take care. Have a great day, everyone.